Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hawk. In case you have missed it, Titans sign free agent safety Quandre Diggs to a one-year deal that could get him up to $5 million. Base is around $3 million. Pay attention to what the Minnesota Vikings may do with star wide receiver Jordan Addison. That compliments Justin Jefferson, as he was just charged with 2 misdemeanors. And if he is convicted or pleads guilty, he could face up to 6 months of jail time and a suspension from the NFL. Don't forget that the Titans play the Vikings coming up in week 11 of the season. And the Vols are number 15 in the country, according to the preseason coaches poll that just dropped. There are 9 total SEC teams in the top 20. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Happy Monday. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That is the voice of one Don Davenport.
What up,
Babsy?
people?
He never goes AI with you anymore.
Huh?
The AI works at 3 o'clock.
I don't want the AI. No, it didn't work today. What time did I walk in? About 2:30 hanging out with you?
She was here way early.
2:30? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Did you have brunch or something?
I ordered food, but it still didn't come in time, so
It's still not here?
it just got here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Slay Dog's here. He's
I'm in
got
the building.
food.
I'm in the building.
Slay Dog, what's happening?
Man, what is good? Good people.
Can you eat now?
Yeah, on one side. As I got to chew slow. That's all.
Man, we're working on like 2 weeks with this thing.
Yeah, I just can't rock my jaw. Like you chew
Rock,
like
shock, Jayhawk.
like cows chew, like in the circle. I can't do that.
Cows do chew like that.
I'm telling you.
Is there an advantage to chewing grass like that?
Probably because you grind instead of chew.
I get it.
You get what the cows go through.
The Olympics are on track and field. What do you call that thing? The pole vault was going on.
Yeah, that was a big conversation this week.
Yeah,
Yes,
unfortunate thing happened to one pole vaulter over the weekend during competition. His
Third leg.
Yeah.
wow.
Good way.
I'm helping you, Mayor.
Yes,
I was going to say stuff, but
I didn't know. Leg was better.
third leg got in the way, got the pole, got the bar off, and he lost.
Tripodish.
So we were talking about ways that could have been avoided.
Size of a third leg.
Yeah, well. I mean, it's that too.
Listen, some things are a blessing and a curse.
Absolutely. A great way to put it, y'all.
Executive producer of 3HL itself.
What's up?
How about that to start the show today?
I was just thinking the same thing.
To start the week, to start the show. Guess who's scheduled to be on the show Friday? And we're hoping, fingers crossed, that this happens.
Who?
Cube.
Yay!
As
Ice
in
Cube.
Ice Cube. What?
Yeah.
Scheduled to be on the show Friday. The Big Three is coming to Nashville, Bridgestone Arena. So get tickets, go see Corey Brewer and his group. But that'll be fun. And, man, we were talking when you mentioned that, Slay Dog. I was like, well, Nance last week. Cube this week. What we got next week?
I don't know. But the bar, he's resetting the bar, baby.
Zeph, it's on you now.
Get on it, Zeph. The bar is set, dude. And I mean, it is very, very high.
Yeah, it's a little early for you're probably not going to get this current sitting president, but maybe.
See, you went that way. What if we hosted the debate? They're bitching with each other about the debate.
Oh my God!
What if we hosted the debate? We had Kamala Harris and Donald Trump in studio, and we fed the questions.
I couldn't do it.
I'm gonna sit back and watch.
I mean, for me, like based on what we do, it wouldn't be politics. It would be like, hey man, what was the first movie you loved?
Yeah.
I'm sure the American people would really appreciate that.
They would
debate.
find a way to enter. They would find a way to get their points across with that movie.
Oh, yeah. I loved Godfather. By the way, let me talk about taxation.
Karen said put him in the boom boom room.
Man, and lock the door.
Yeah.
Literally.
Michael
Throw the key away.
Corleone believed in holding taxes over things that he delivered. And, anyway,
Oh,
that
boy.
would
Make
that
an
would be
offer
fun.
he can't refuse.
So, yeah,
I
Ice
couldn't
Cube's
handle
scheduled
either
for
one of
Friday.
them.
Yeah, it'd be
I'd be
rough.
like, you didn't answer the question. No, we're not moving on till you answer the question. Let's go.
That would be funny to like kind of watch me try to steer that, but you diving in like you didn't answer the question, and Slay like picking his shots and like put them both in the boom boom room, but at different times.
Yeah. Don't let them cross paths coming out either.
Trump in the
No
boom boom
kidding.
room.
I have a feeling Trump would be all about the boom boom room.
He would much rather do that than the debate.
Yeah.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Don't ask me about my business, Kay. That's a lie.
That's right.
That
Still
is
haven't
a
seen
lie.
it.
Yeah.
That is a lie. What?
I know. I still haven't
nothing,
seen it.
Nothing.
I hate it
on
when
it.
you stop yourself.
Man, because it's Babsy. Like, come
Yeah.
on, Babsy.
I know.
Oh, she hadn't seen the movie.
Yeah.
I know. I won't tell you when that line
It's on
occurred.
my list
It's very poignant.
for before football season.
Please.
Okay.
But aren't you
Please.
going out of town to do like ESPN, like get ready for football season?
I
meeting?
am, but that's just this week. So
Right, but
I'm
that
leaving
means
today.
it's here,
I'll be,
Babs.
yeah.
Guess what? It's game week, y'all.
Saturday is
It
going
is
down.
game week.
It is
It's
game
going down
week.
Saturday.
For
How
real.
excited are Titans fans, especially with Brian Callahan saying that we're going to see starters
Yeah.
at some point.
I think that's why the Titans are favored.
Because in the preseason game?
Yeah, they're favored. It's finally here. It's game week.
Don't
People,
bet
49ers.
the preseason.
49ers v. Titans, 6 p.m. Saturday, Nissan Stadium. Titans favored by 3.5.
Nah, that's home field.
That's home field, yeah.
You know what's funny, though?
2.5 is usually home field, but yeah,
Okay.
in the NFL.
thought it was 3.
Colleges are much different.
Okay, but this
What's
is
funny?
what they going to do with Ayuk? San Francisco, man, it's like he's going to Pittsburgh. Brandon Ayuk.
He would probably not play. I don't know. Baseball's weird, though. I saw a guy get pulled off second base when he got traded.
During the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manager went to the umpire and was like, "Got to make a switch." And he pointed at second base, told him to get to the dugout. And the guy at second was like looked around. And he was like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah." Got
What?
traded while he was
Ooh.
standing on second base.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know tell her what my reaction
Squirrel.
would be.
You'd be all about it, I bet.
No,
it
like-
depends on the team.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Ben McKee is my hero. Is that what you're about to say?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Reese Witherspoon
That would be
is
a great
up next.
That would be a great next week.
Zeph,
Listen, great things.
we
and-
love her. Like, love Reese.
yeah, it's really uncomfortable, honestly. Like
She pays us no
But
attention.
don't tell her people that.
the three of us, it's pretty
Can
bad.
you get her on?
I'm not going to guarantee that.
Would
I
you
will
try?
I will try.
So here's the thing. She grew up in Green Hills over on Woodmont Boulevard. Her brother John went to Hillsborough with me briefly, so I got to know him a little bit. She went to Harpeth Hall. She was in a movie as a kid, like Dancing with the Moon. Is that what it was called?
I think I've heard you talk about this before.
Yeah. And so I went to a party one time. I got introduced to her back, like I was like just started college. She was still in high school, I think, and like I think we overlapped like 2 years, maybe. I have to look it up. But anyway, I did the thing where a stupid kid like tries to act like you don't know who somebody is.
And meanwhile, everybody
never
knew who
works.
she was.
It never worked.
It never.
What was I doing?
I don't know.
So what's my
Well, I was like,
updated?
what's your name again?
What's your name again?
And she just looked at me like, come on.
Well, she should have told you a fake name. Like, they think I'm such
Yeah.
and such, but
Stacy.
yeah.
So what's my updated guest list that I got to go after? So the president of the United States, I got to send a letter to.
Well, but we got to wait on the
gotta wait.
election.
Yeah, wait on the election for that
So
one.
you got,
Des
you got a
Bryant.
grace period.
Yep,
Des Bryant.
Des.
That's doable.
Yeah.
And that's totally me. I am all about. I want Des Bryant on for his football stuff.
Des Bryant, then Reese Witherspoon. Who else?
Yeah, that's good enough for now.
Yeah, for right now.
Yeah.
Frank Caliendo again.
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, check his schedule. See if he's coming to Zanies or something. They have a big comedy festival, so he'll perform at TPAC or something. So look that one up. Caliendo. Are you writing these down, Zeph?
Yep.
No, you're not going to be that server.
Thank you.
You're not going to be that server.
Thank you.
So I was at lunch the other day with my mom. And the server was like nice enough or whatever, but did the whole thing without writing anything down. And I'm like, I'm a risk reward guy. So like, what's the risk and the reward there? You're not getting a bigger tip because you did that.
Right.
So the only way you can be affected is by forgetting something and then get docked.
Wait, you don't give somebody a bigger tip if they remember
Hell
your
no.
order?
I give big tips anyway, but no.
Well, you do.
Not because of that.
Yeah,
Nope.
mean-
I would rather you write it down so we all know what's coming.
Let's get it right.
Well, good news about this is it's being recorded and broadcasted live, so I have thousands and thousands of people to hold me in check.
I'm okay with him
Marcia.
writing it down.
Laura
Of
Knight
course, you're talking to
said,
the girl who writes everything down.
yeah, me too. Keith Urban, Nicole Kidman.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
They married, right?
The movie was Man in the
they
Moon.
married?
Yes, they.
Yes, they
Oh,
are.
no. Thought we was trying to make a love connection. Laura wanted us to bring them together or something. Okay.
Nope, they've been married for quite a while.
Yeah, I thought so.
2 and 2. 615-737-1045. Finally here, 49ers Titans. We got a lot to get to. Veteran safety Quandre Diggs and the Titans agree to a 1 year, up to $5 million deal. We'll talk about that with Greg Cosell when we come back. Greg Cosell, nice enough to hop on for a few minutes just to tell us what he sees on tape from Quandre Diggs. I'll go ahead and tell you, he hasn't missed a game in 4 years, this guy.
Wow.
He's
Can I
30. He's
say-
31 years old, but he hasn't missed a game in 4 years.
With the Titans' history there at that position, that is a beautiful stat.
It really is. So Greg Cosell's take on Quandre Diggs, and then we'll go from there. And we'll talk about all of the defensive additions that have occurred over there with regard to the Titan in the offseason. It is phenomenal. People bragging on Kenneth Murray now, too.
Sometimes you need a change of scenery.
Yep.
615-737-1045, always the number. Greg Cosell for 5-10 minutes when we come back, and your phone call, 615-737-1045.
What's happening, people? Wesley Mortgage. That's who's hiring, man. I got to say it 2 times because it was so nice. And the company itself, led by the great guy, my guy, Chuck McDowell, the boss, the owner of his local Nashville native, man, and he's caring about the community just like yours truly. And he reinvests in the people. This is taking it to another level in places that make Nashville such a wonderful place, man. While other mortgage companies are starting to downsize and it's starting to get a little haywire, Chuck McDowell and Wesley Mortgage, that team, they're rapidly expanding in Nashville. Keeping people working in a career they love, and they would love to have you join the team. Now, why wouldn't you want to be a part of a team that already has a support system in place to help you succeed? All you got to do is go to whywesley.com. They have opportunities to ensure you close your loans on time, making you get paid on time, and giving you back the time to build your own business. Be networking with the Tennessee Titans, Music City Grand Prix, Nashville Predators, and more. All you have to do is go to Wesley Mortgage. Well, whywesley.com.
Want to tell you about outdoor lighting perspectives of Nashville. And when you're thinking about landscape lighting, here's the deal. Whether you have a $20 million property and house or a $20,000 property and house, it doesn't matter. Outdoor lighting perspectives of Nashville can help you out. And they do customized lighting design for any property or landscape. The consultant will come in, use the lighting principles of safety, security, usability, and aesthetics, and you will get this cohesive design. All systems designed with maybe expansion in mind for future cost savings, which is exactly what we did in our backyard. I called my buddy Bob Lyons over at Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. He came out, did all of our lighting around our pool area, and then once we got a new deck, we just added some more lighting. And maybe that's what you're thinking. Okay, I can't afford everything I want to do yet, but that's okay. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville can come out and get you initially set up, and then you can just add to it. They've been around for over 38 years, and they are the best. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. Reach out to them, outdoorlights.com/Nashville.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Big 3 coming to Nashville, Bridgestone Arena.
Yay.
Ice Cube scheduled to be on the show Friday. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. Y'all going to have to ring me in.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
From Jen Nance to Ice Cube in a week. How about that?
Two very
Cameron said,
different guests.
I wish y'all could get Snoop Dogg.
That'd be a fun dinner, those three.
We
Hey,
can't afford
Snoop Dogg is busy.
Yeah, we can't afford him.
Snoop Dogg, man. He's
We
all
cannot
over
afford
the
him.
Olympics.
See what he's making a day for the Olympics?
$500,000 a day.
Is that what he's doing?
With all expenses paid.
He's like at every event. It's so funny.
Hell yeah, I would do that.
Like he was at the biathlon or whatever it is with the guns and stuff the other day.
I'd be all in. $500,000, I might jump in that little river.
Oh, did you
speaking of,
see?
Yeah.
One of the athletes has E. coli.
Why don't we do that before we get to? No, we can't. We're gonna do.
We've got Cosell.
We got Cosell coming.
We won't
up.
talk about E. coli.
We
now.
will later though, because we had a conversation with Dan Wetzel from Yahoo Sports, who is in Paris at the Olympics, and we talked about the Seine River. And this was before it went down, but they had made the decision to open the Seine River despite E. coli problems, which is feces in the river. Which has been like a 100-year problem, but they're going to open it up to do the triathlon, and somebody did end up. We joked about somebody ended up in the hospital, and it did happen. So we'll tell you that story in just a little bit. Greg Cosell, nice enough to hop on today. Cosell, what's up? How are you?
Brent, what's happening?
So the Titans sign. And let me take a step back. So when the Titans signed Jamal Adams, Don Davenport's immediate reaction was they still need to sign another safety to go next to Hooker.
Well, that wasn't just Don's reaction. I think everybody in the league knows that.
Yes. Well, okay.
Not everybody in this.
I mean, I told you that he's not really a starting safety in the league. I mean, he's not a starting safety in the league. Pretty much everybody knows that. He'll probably be more of a competition player than a defined role, although he certainly can play dime if that's what Denard Wilson wants to do when they get to those down and distance situations. But he's not good enough at this point to be a starting safety.
So we can't go into too much detail about it, but it has been interesting to see how they've utilized Jamal Adams in practice when he has been at practice in terms of packages and things like that. So tell us about Quandre Diggs. The last 4 years, he hasn't missed a game. And I'm curious how he fits. What does the tape show? 5'9", 197, 31 years old, 10 seasons in the league, 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I like Quandre Diggs. He's been a good player in Seattle. He's predominantly been a post safety, but he also can play in split safety coverages for sure. He's a physical, competitive player, so you can even bring him down in the box if need be. In some ways, he's a multidimensional player. He's just played the majority of his snaps over the last 4 years as a post safety because that's the way Seattle played their defense. But he was actually a slot corner in college and then was early in his career with the Lions. So he can do a lot of different things. I've always thought he was a really solid, good football player. Not a star. He's not explosive. He's not sudden, but he's just a really smart, savvy, good football player. A starting caliber safety in the National Football League.
Yeah, slot corner his first 2 years in the NFL and then moved to safety because of injury to a player, but certainly stuck there. Played all 17 games last year, 95 tackles, 1 interception, 5 passes defensed. Last 4 seasons, though, 15 interceptions. So how does he fit next to Amani Hooker in terms of what you've seen on tape from him?
He's a rangier player than Hooker.
Okay.
On the back end, Hooker is Hooker's a really savvy player as well, but he's not a great athlete for the position, so he's not truly a rangy player on the back end. He's better playing downhill. He's probably better in an ideal world playing closer to the line of scrimmage, whereas Diggs can certainly play the back end because he's done that. He's got more range than Hooker, so they probably fit together well. The thing that I don't know, and I'm not there yet, so I don't know what their defense is going to look like, how Denard Wilson and the secondary coach, what they're going to do on the back end, what their foundational coverage looks will be. I mean, every team plays multiple coverage looks, but every team also has foundational coverages that's what they are. So I don't know the answer to that, but there's no question that Diggs can do any of that, and he certainly can play post safety because he's done that at a higher level in the league.
Greg Cosell with us about Quandre Diggs. And while we've got you, just the additions this year, this offseason on defense, L'Jarius Sneed, Cheeto Awuzie at corner, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs at safety, Kenneth Murray at linebacker, who people have been raving about the last few days, Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive tackle, who, while fans were out there, so I can say this, was blowing up the run game. Tavondre Sweat has been exceptionally active. Denard Wilson, obviously the defense coordinator, and Cedric Gray at linebacker. Tons of additions on defense.
Yeah, and I think they're pretty much all positive right now. Look, to me, the keys are the corners, because that's the way the NFL game has evolved, in that it's such a quick passing game now. That's the way teams sort of build their passing games. You need to be able to have corners that are physical, that can press. Sneed may be as good a press corner as there is in the league. Awuzie, and you've been around him, he's a big dude. Yeah. He can play press. So to me, those are critical pieces. You know, you mentioned a player that probably was overlooked a lot in the free agency market, but Joseph Day is a really good player. He's just not a pass rusher. You know, everybody, when they think of D lineman, think, oh, how many sacks? But every team needs that interior D lineman that can just buck up and play the run game, and he can do that, and he's been good at it in his career. Murray is a key as well, because he's an elite athletic talent. He just hasn't played to that level through his career. But change of scenery, change of staff, if they can get him to play at his physical traits, he can be a very good player.
Why has he not played to that level? Like, where does he struggle on the tape coming into this?
That's a hard question for me to answer, Dawn, because I'm not there every day. You know, I wasn't there, obviously, with the Chargers. My guess is, and this would be a guess more than a no for sure, and the film tells you a little, but, you know, you'd have to be there. My guess is his what we call key and diagnose is not at the level that you ultimately want for a stacked linebacker, that he doesn't see it as quickly as you need to. We talk about that with quarterbacks all the time, but, you know, for stacked linebackers, that's a major issue. The ability to recognize things, see it. You know, the great linebackers, and I'm not comparing him to a Luke Kuechly type. Luke Kuechly is an all-timer. But guys like that, they almost know what's happening just by formation, just how people line up, just by the initial move. You know, I remember Matt Millen telling me, he used to come in and watch tape here all the time, and he used to say that offensive linemen, they're too big to fool anybody. You know, so you just watch what they do with their first move, and you know exactly what's going on. And, you know, I think Murray has probably struggled a little bit in that area.
Is that a trait that you've seen get better in players the longer they're in the league, or is that something that you feel like is just, I don't know, innate in them?
I would say that different coaches would answer that differently, because some coaches would just say, well, he doesn't have the instincts. Instincts is one of those catch words that gets thrown around a lot when athletic players don't play great. And it's a valid word at times. I think you can probably improve it to some degree. Is he ever going to be, you know, Luke Kuechly or Zach Thomas? Probably never, no. But can he get better? And yes, and I think, you know, then it all comes down as well to what scheme you put in and what you ask him to do. You know, so again, those are things I don't know yet, you know, and hopefully I'll find out a little more about that when I'm there. But I think that's, you know, those are things you can help players with.
Good stuff.
Greg Cosell with us from NFL Films. When are you coming in town, Greg?
Next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What is today? Monday? I'm so lost on this. I just had a great time. I was actually in North Carolina with their football program, because a really good friend of mine is on the staff there, and he invited me down. So that was a lot of fun.
Tar Heels College?
Tar Heels, yeah.
Look at that.
By the way, Quandre Diggs, when he signed with Texas, signed with Mac Brown. Full circle.
Oh,
that's right. You know, I didn't realize Mac Brown was at Texas for 16 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Felt like longer.
You want to know
He's
something
best,
else that's circular? Quandre Diggs played in the Senior Bowl. You know who his coach was in the Senior Bowl? Ken Wisenhunt.
Really?
Oh my God.
Circular. Thank you, Cosell. Appreciate you hopping on.
Hey, no problem at all, guys. Thanks.
All right, we'll talk with you Thursday.
All right.
615-737-1045. You want in at 3HL 1045. What do you think about Quandre Diggs and the Titans agreeing to a 1 year, almost up to $5 million deal? Diggs played with the Seahawks last season, 31 years old, 10-year vet. This will be year 11 for him. 5 with the Lions, 5 with the Seahawks. Has played every game the last 4 seasons. I think people get confused. Like 2020, he played 16 games. They went to 17 in 2021. So that's where you get that math. 15 interceptions the last 4 seasons. I think, based on what Cosell said, fits in well with Amani Hooker.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think what you get in both of those guys that are aggressive, not shying away from contact type guys, too.
I think it enables Amani Hooker to get more up the field and in the box as well, which I think is a strength.
Absolutely. So you got him. Like, it's going to be interesting, man.
Think about all the new defenders.
Yeah.
I mean, L'Jarius Sneed, Cheeto Awuzie, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs. You already had Amani Hooker. Kenneth Moore at linebacker. Tavondre Sweat. Cedric Gray also at linebacker. Sebastian Joseph Day.
Yeah.
It's funny that he circled back to him.
He mentioned that because I feel like nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, they should be. I don't think nobody's had the opportunity to see him like we have either, though.
Also, he's not a pass rusher per se. Like, he's not going to throw like 10 sacks at you.
Right.
But you need
And
a guy.
maybe that's part of it. So he's not going to be like a camp.
Flash.
Oh, wow, look at him in camp.
This is what you see when you see Sebastian Joseph Day out there. You can't move him, and so you combine that with T. Sweat, who you can't move either, but he's also trying to get up the field. And then Jeffrey Simmons, we know what he is.
Yeah.
Jael, who's coming off the field so Adams can play? They've got options and they've got packages. We can't go into a lot of detail. Maybe they'll throw some of that out there at preseason. I doubt it, but there will be the opportunity for them to, if they go straight Ravens system, then the Ravens play 3 safeties a lot. But then that means Roger McCreary comes off the field, or you're going dime. But I think that's where Jamal Adams comes in with dime packages, get up the field. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think, man, what you want to do also is at least have enough where you have every dog that gets an opportunity to go out there and play wants to bite. And with competitive guys like that sitting on the sideline, it's almost keeping them on a chain. And is it my goal? Is it my goal? Is it my goal yet? And you let them off the hook, and they go out there, and you got the other one sitting there waiting there, getting his energy back up. This is a great problem to have.
That's a hell of a comparison.
That's what it's like. Like, I mean, you look at Diggs. Diggs likes to hit too.
Right.
Even though he's a ball hog, he likes to hit too. Amani just talked about him. Jamal Adams, we know he is I don't know what you call him, a predator around the line or something, man. But that dude he's always ready to get back there. And then if you had the opportunity, was Kenneth Murray? Did he play in that Nissan? I'm not sure if he played in Nissan because I didn't go. That
Saturday
scrimmage.
I don't know.
But if you did see him, what we've been able to see, this is a different guy, man, when playing unleashed. And that's the thing, man. These guys look like they're playing unleashed. It's all uphill attack. So I think character-wise, personnel-wise, you getting some guys, man. You are getting some guys. Another guy, too, that I think that can't be left out, that's not getting talked about a little bit, is your guy, Babs, and Marlon Davidson.
Yeah.
Like, when you see guys huddled up, like little clicks start to form, and it's a click that you ain't gonna never miss. Joseph Aday, Sweat, Simmons.
Joseph Day.
I mean Joseph Day. You
wanted to say Joseph Aday one time, remember? And I said, exactly he's from Sharpstown in Houston, which is where I live.
Yeah, Joseph Day.
He's also old.
Yeah.
And a running back.
Right.
That
Very
too.
true. But those 3, Marlon Davidson and Arden Key, always together. Always. So, birds of a feather.
Flock together.
You better know.
By the way, did I miss it?
said, who's wearing the green dot? Who cares?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they say he's establishing a green light, not a green dot.
Yeah.
So
I'll
we
tell
ain't
you
gotta
who
talk
it's
about
not
that
going to
no
be. Cedric Gray. There was all the talk after he got drafted.
Yeah.
I read Jim Wyatt's Sunday practice report said that Cedric Gray has started to show himself a little bit.
Okay.
Really?
Because he really struggled with the transition
Yes.
the first week and a half of camp.
Like, we've been out there, and I haven't even noticed him.
Well, that's because he's running with the threes.
Because we all hold the roster, and when somebody makes a play, you look at the because look, man, last season happens, I move on. Like, I'm going to move on, guy, and so like I got to readjust with all the numbers. I'm
there's
stupid.
a bunch of different numbers this year. Too.
I'm stupid that way, but
I'm with you.
So I always have to look at the roster when somebody makes a play, at least right now, and I haven't seen him. You're right. 615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. How much better defensively do you think they can be with this group?
What were they, second to last year?
Can they be? We talked about this last offseason. If they could be mid-level defense, they'll be pushing the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with this.
Don't you think?
Yeah, no, hell yeah. Just
I mean,
with what
you
they're
still worry about
expected
the
to do
depth.
offensively.
This signing's huge, but you
That's
still
it.
worry about the depth.
That's it.
Especially kind of the middle meat of that defense.
Because I thought if they were going to be healthy last year, they had an opportunity to get in the top 20 and not be on the back end of the league. But this one right here, this inching more closer to 10 to me. If all these guys are healthy,
10 wins.
10-7.
that ain't bad, Babs.
I'm kind of feeling 10-7.
Ain't bad.
Oh, here comes the
Here we go.
optimism.
Here we go. I'm feeling 10-7, Babs. Where are
Ain't
you?
bad.
Oh, I'm not going there yet. I'm going to wait till after the preseason.
You were pretty optimistic though, like a month ago.
Can I say this? No, I'm
Say
not going to
whatever
say
you
it.
want.
I'm not going to say it.
Why?
Because
Listen, Babs, we got 3 hours. Say things.
You want to get out there on that limb?
no,
Oh, hell.
I'm kind of concerned at the quarterback position.
Oh,
What?
Come on, Babsy.
What are you
I have
concerned
seen
about? What are you concerned about?
Levis.
But why?
Some of his, I know it's practice, some of his interceptions, his streaky. I know.
You don't want him to fill it out now, though?
I would rather him fill it out now. And yes, the defense is going to be ahead because they know exactly what the offense is doing.
question.
All of these things, but it still worries me. It still worries me a little bit. Some of the, there's been, and you can admit this, both of you have been out there. There have been some throws that you're like, what in the hell
Right, but I've seen some
Or how do you
throws.
are
miss?
you doing?
But I've seen some throws from him that he's never made before either.
Very true.
And so, like, his lower half is noticeably quiet. So I feel like
I
he's
agree with
delivering the
that.
ball really well.
But it still worries me. Like, you guys know, coming into this camp, I'm like, Will Levis is the man. It's his team. I saw what he did his junior year at Kentucky with a similar offensive scheme with Liam Cohen as his OC. I saw it in person. I think this is just the perfect transition he needs. They've put weapons around him. Haven't fixed the offensive line, but they've at least made it better.
Right.
And so coming in, I'm like, I'm all in. And now, after some time at camp, I'm not in. I'm just a little worried.
All right, here is.
You think I'm crazy?
A little bit.
Okay.
Here is what
But-
Jim Wyatt wrote about Will Levis's Sunday performance.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. After a slow start, quarterback Will Levis heated up and finished strong. This is what happened the other day, too.
This happens every day.
Levis completed just 2 of his first 6 passes in team and 7-on-7 periods, in part because defenders made good plays. But Levis completed 6 of 8 to finish practice. He ended the day 8 of 14 on the 7-on-7 and team periods combined. I now have Levis at 83 for 119 with 3 interceptions and 7-on-7 team periods combined in camp. Mm-hmm. That's what he wrote.
70%. I'm just a little more reserved than I was coming into the season.
My only question with him is the connection on the deep ball that he seemed to be able to hit last year.
He hit Traylon Burks on one right in front
he
of
did.
us.
He sure
Yes, he
did.
did. Different
Hit Ridley
receivers.
once, too. That was beautiful.
And then I've seen 3 overthrows really when he got his man burnt too. So that's my only concern. That's my only one. Him
is
being
it
able
with
to catch
Ridley
up with the
just
time.
taking time with the connection? Because Ridley's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's
because
gonna be
Levis
wide
sat
open.
in this studio and talked about how
He was different.
he
You're right.
has to throw the ball differently when he has a guy like Calvin Ridley because he's so fast.
Yeah.
Can I read you the next paragraph?
Of
Jim Wyatt's piece on Sunday's practice. And again, if you want to get into Will Levis and what you think about him moving forward into year 2, 615-737-1045, here's what the next paragraph reads. A few years ago, receiver Kyle Phillips created a lot of buzz for himself in training camp as he excelled in workouts and joint practices. As a rookie, Phillips was a media darling, a fifth-round pick who was shifty and new. Well, Phillips seems like a forgotten man now, perhaps because of all the newcomers at his position. Phillips is still plugging away, and he's quietly been having a really good camp. He said he had his best day on Sunday. Head coach Brian Callahan gave him a shout-out on Sunday following a session where he caught 4 passes, including 2 touchdowns, through 7 open practices in camp. My unofficial tally shows Phillips with 14 catches in 7-on-7 team periods combined. By my count, only 2 other Titans have more. So I immediately texted Jim Wyatt, and I said, who are the other 2? And he said, in due time. I'm like, tease. Such a tease. But
I actually did notice Kyle Phillips a couple times because I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy.
keep remembering. Yep, more
Forgot
Titans
he's
talk
there.
when we come back. 615-737-1045. They were 18th statistically on defense last
18th?
year.
Oh,
So
right.
if they could get to 10,
They get to 10 now.
they're a playoff team.
If healthy.
615-737-1045.
What's happening, good people, man? If the rain is starting to pour down on you, you know what can follow. When the wind picks up, yes, electricity will, boom, go out. That's lightning and thunder, too, people. You know, it may just go out. I know it's a little different. But one thing you will never hear is your generator when it kicks on and starts running because they're so quiet. The Cove Generators allows you to do that. All you got to do is hit up Generator Dave, and they still got specials all the way through the end of August, which we are in, people. Babsy, you can tell them all about it. What they got to mention to get these specials.
You
Oh, me.
and me.
Okay.
And the zone.
All right, that sounds good.
Boom, $500 off. So
That's your own
go
thunder
ahead.
right there.
Yeah, call Generator Dave, get a Generac automatic standby generator, and get $500 off by just telling them you heard about them right here. They do have financing available too, and I promise it's more affordable than you think it will be. Generac automatic standby generators, they handle those, and they can also do maintenance on any brand of generator that you own. So go ahead and call our friends at Cove Generators at 931-559-3311. That's Cove, C-O-V-E, generators.com.
Stay connected through it all.
I want to tell you about my friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. That's where you need to go to get that yard in top shape, and you certainly need their help with all this heat as we, believe it or not, head toward fall. Trey Hartsook is here from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply with more. Trey, what's up? How are you?
Hey, Brent, what's up, man? Hey, looking forward to fall is right. I know when it's really hot outside, everybody's like, when's it going to come? But it'll be here soon enough. But now, while we finish up summer, we want to make sure we're doing the right things in our lawn. At Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, we have a lot of different options, great fertilizers, whether you have cool season or warm season turf. We have a custom blended fertilizer that'll make sure that lawn keeps its color throughout the summertime. Also, Brent, now's the time where you can start looking around and kind of seeing what game plan do I need to put on. So in the fall, I'm going to be ready to oversee my lawn with that PTT from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply to get it whipped into shape. Come in and see us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brookwood Lumber, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
So many people trust Two Rivers Ford. Football players, working moms, business owners, Why? Because Two Rivers Ford has been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
I can't believe you can play anything off this record. 3HL 1045.
Right.
The Zone, America's Most Wanted, which is an incredible record. Ice Cube, scheduled to be in on Friday. I'm going to stop talking about it. Or should I just keep talking about it? I don't want to.
Don't jinx it.
Why not?
Well,
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
so I thought about it all weekend. That Slay got upset the way that we ended the show on Friday. We were just silly. Like, Babs did my part, I did her part, and then you said, no, stop.
yeah.
Now, stop. Redo it. We're not leaving like this.
I'm a big guy on rituals and keeping things the same. Because it works. You know what I hate?
Hockey players and baseball players.
What?
Chewing on one side of my mouth.
Oh, you're still there?
It's taking forever to eat this salad. I would have been undogged this salad if I had two sides of the mouth.
So what is it? Cobb salad with what? Because you add a bunch of stuff.
Oh, chicken. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Eggs, barbecue sauce, and honey mustard.
Barbecue sauce and honey mustard.
Mm-hmm. Just the right.
Which is actually what the what Chick-fil-A sauce is, isn't it? I think so.
Nah, they trying to bite off me.
Yes, Chick-fil-A sauce has barbecue sauce in it. You're right.
Yeah, but what is the Chick-fil-A sauce?
I think it's honey mustard and barbecue.
We should let Zeph answer because he was trying to be on your
Zeph?
side.
I concur. I think it might be more than just those two.
Right, but the
like-
base.
It definitely has barbecue sauce in it.
Like
You can
mayonnaise
taste
and
that straight
barbecue
up.
sauce or something. It's pretty good, but I stay away from it.
So you're into repetitive things. It's not like, baseball players that have to jump over the line when they go on the field and stuff like that.
Not till it's worn out.
So when you played, you didn't like wear the same underwear the whole year without washing it?
No, I had game day underwear though. Game day tights. Game day tights. What?
Zeph found out.
Found out what?
is?
Honey mustard, barbecue, and ranch is in Chick-fil-A sauce.
That's pretty good.
Huh.
That's a good little mix right there.
Now that I know ranch is in it, I'm not going to eat it anymore.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I hated ranch forever, and now I kind of like it.
Oh, you got that
weird.
ranch. You got that ranch. Blue cheese is terrible.
Awful.
Yeah. All foul.
I used to hate it.
No,
And then
bad.
once I got pregnant,
See.
I started
That's
eating Cobb
pregnancy.
salads, and they're really good now. Now I like it.
You like the blue cheese crumbles, you know?
I mean, I just like the blue cheese dressing. No,
That makes me
that
wanna
is not how
hurl.
you do it. Huh.
There it is. Thank you.
I get a wedge salad from Bricktops, and I literally tell them, now they know, but because I go there enough, but I literally tell them, I don't want any blue cheese anywhere near that thing
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Keep all that to yourself. Get that to the next customer. I don't need it.
Justin on YouTube. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Highly upset with Babs right now.
Yeah,
You can take
sorry.
that Levis slander on down the road. It's game week.
Yeah. I don't know
Sorry,
what
Justin.
I don't know what got into our girl about that one, man.
That's just that
It's
was
You was
a,
all aboard. You was all on board before
yeah.
we
That was
got here.
a Monday thing.
I know.
You got to
That's
catch
what it
the
is.
Mondays.
Well, I've been thinking about it for about a week and a half now. About a week.
I like what I see out of him. See more command.
I think you need to go back
Confidence.
and listen to the podcast when he sat right next to you and talk for an hour. I think you'll feel better.
Then I think also he has time. Like he has time to not be looking over his shoulder. Like I can go out. I can honestly make mistakes.
Okay, here's my other concern.
Oh, come on, Babs.
Now, I mean, since you brought it up, is Nicholas Petit-Frere seriously the savior on the right side of that line?
I
'Cause
told
I'm
you
concerned.
he was going to be the right tackle.
Listen here. Listen. I talked to some of my reps.
And I love our guy Jono.
I talked to some of my reps.
And I didn't say he was a savior. Just because he plays doesn't mean he's a savior.
I talked to some of my reps. You might want to wait, Babs. Might want to wait. You might want to wait.
I need more details.
That's
here's
strong enough for you right there. You might want to wait.
Here's NPF over the weekend talking about how, can he win the starting right tackle spot for the Titans?
Well, I've done it twice, so, why not a third time? I mean, it's just the NFL. I mean, it's always been competition. I mean, from when I was playing Little League football to now, everything about football is about competing and getting better.
Stop
You're
it.
not
Stop
going
it,
to
Zell.
have...
Scratch it.
You don't need to hear anymore.
Start that over, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, turn your radio up. You want confidence on the right line to what she just asked? Come on, Zell.
Well, I've done it twice, so, why not a third time? But, I mean, it's just the NFL. I mean, it's always been competition. I mean, from
You just
when I was
flipped
playing
in
Little
2
League
seconds.
football to now, everything about football is about competing and getting better. You're not going to have players, especially in NFL, that aren't ready to compete, that aren't ready to earn a starting job. It's the most competitive league in all of sport. And I knew that coming in here. So that's been my mindset every single day. That's why every single time, that's why when I told people when I first came into the NFL, I said my only goal is to help the team win. Because I understand the competition is already built in. I understand the great players are already built in. And it's up to me to find a way to become a great player, for me to grind, for me to show the team that I care about them. I care about making sure that we win, making sure that we find a way to become a better team and get ourselves to a Super Bowl.
Tell you what.
Okay, he is saying all the right things.
I tell you what. When Bill Callahan sat down with Ramon Callan-Will and they was talking about Big Latham And he said, I told Latham, man, after going through this process, you're going to look back at year one and be wondering, what the hell was I doing? This is a guy talking about year 3, going into year 3. So if you think it ain't been some self-reflection going on with him and watching film and itching to get back out there, give me that. And that right there go with what one of my reps was saying, man. Hey, woo! I ain't saying he all-time, all-pro out there either. But, man.
I was going to say, okay, you've done it twice. Now,
go win that spot.
Why don't you freaking go do it to a level where we don't have to have this conversation anymore?
It didn't sound like, well, I know. He was
that's
also
gonna be hard to do, man.
He was also dealing with the suspension and coming off that and all these things.
I know.
But that didn't sound like false confidence to me. That just was matter of fact.
It was very matter of fact.
Give me that.
That's why I think it takes you, like, you're taken aback by it, because it wasn't. It was a little like hostile.
No, it's like I know what
but it was very matter of fact. I've done it twice.
Hell yeah.
What do you want?
I'm telling you what's about to happen.
Hey, man, listen, I heard some really, 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 really good things from him over the weekend. I text y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
Text y'all and said it.
615-737-1045. More of your phone calls when we come back if you want to talk Titans football. It is game week. Gustavo will lead us off. Also, the E. coli in the Seine River finds a victim. Got that next on 1045 The Zone.
All right. Mortgage rates are down, everybody. Yes, they've been dropping big time, so it is a great time to call Loan Pronto. APRs in the 5s, even heard some in the 4s lately. So if you got stuck with a high rate last year and you want to refinance, this is a great time to call Loan Pronto, lower your payment, or use this opportunity to get cash out of your home's equity, pay off the credit cards, personal loans, car loans, other high rate debt. Loan Pronto can help you do any of these things and use the lower rates to get the cash you need in a matter of days. Do a full refi or an Equity Express line of credit. Doesn't matter. Loan Pronto can do it all. Your home value's up. Mortgage rates have come down. This is a great time to act, and you might be able to skip your next 2 house payments. Call today for a free 30-second rate quote at Loan Pronto, 615-499-5780. 615-499-5780 at loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The hottest 3-on-3 tournament is back, baby. The Big 3 coming to Nashville. It's the world's greatest basketball tournament of the summer, man. Right here at Bridgestone Arena, August 11th for the semifinals. Come on out Sunday, August 11th for the semis and see which teams earn the right to battle for the chip the next week in Boston. Ice Cube, the head of it, will be here, people, and he'll be on our show Friday as well. Some of the biggest stars and most competitive athletes to play the game. You got Hall of Fame coaches involved like Gary Payton, Lisa Leslie, and Dr. J. Julius Irving, man. So I promise you want to be there. Bring the whole crew, bring the family, all your hoop heads for a day packed of dunks, crossovers, fantastic finishes. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets. Feel the energy and the passion of the game up close and personal. All you got to do is go to big3.com/tickets and come enjoy some hooping.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunt. Quandre Diggs is officially a Titan as the safety, and the team agreed to a deal yesterday afternoon. 1-year deal worth about $3 million that could get all the way up to $5 million depending on incentives, depending on how much money you like for your kicker to make. The Chiefs have chosen to say that they would like their kicker to make $25.6 million as Harrison Butker and the Chiefs came to a brand new deal, $17.75 million of that is fully guaranteed. And the deal now means that Butker is the highest paid kicker in the NFL. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Dawn Davenport. There she is.
What up, Babs there?
Let's go.
Finally here, game week, 49ers, Titans, 6 p.m. Saturday in Nissan Stadium. Titans are a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm ready.
I know Callahan has said that the starters will play, but we don't know for sure what level of that will happen, right?
Right, but I think that explains the line. So for the 49ers, Josh Dobbs, Ricky Pearsall, rookie from Florida, that wide receiver.
I would love to see him.
Brandon Allen, Elijah Mitchell, you'll see him too.
Yeah.
Elijah Mitchell,
Hopefully you'll see him too.
Jordan Mason at running back. So we'll see what the 49ers do, but my guess by that line means that they are not playing starters and that the Titans are. Slay Dog's here.
I'm in the building.
Wow.
That's a tie. NPF really got me in the building.
With that quote?
Yes. I love that.
Why don't you play the first part of this again for those that are either in the back or just tuned in? NPF on, can he win the starting right tackle spot for the Titans?
Well, I've done it twice, so, why not a third time?
Hey, man, that, that makes me so excited. Like, right here on the surface. Now, of course, you got to go out here and back it up, pull it off, and go in. Right. But right here, coming out of, you got to do all that. But coming into it, listen, man, the doorbell just rung. I go to the doorbell, see who it is. Man say he been in the house twice. Why not come here a third time? I'm looking like, well, hell, come on in. You already know what to do. So that's where I'm at with. That's confidence. That's going up at you selling something, you getting it sold just off the first appearance, and I'm with it. I'm with it, man. I am with it. Come out there, throw that weight around, show you can get the job done, shore up that side because the left side is being shored up along with some faults that's going to take place, but we're willing to live with that. If we can do this with one of our draft picks too, man, let's get to work, man. Let's get to work. Then we just looking for that right guard spot. I don't know.
Which apparently is Sadiq Charles. That's who we keep seeing when fans are out there. Let me just say it that way. There is a rotational piece involved in that. Plus, he's missed a couple of days.
Right. That's what, yeah. You can tell he missed the days when he's not out there.
Missing time. D-Hop with the knee strain. The head coach confirmed that over the weekend that no surgery needed, which was key. Mm-hmm. But he used the term several weeks. That's what he used.
What is your take on several? Mine is 3. Several to me is 3.
If I were to say 3 and not use the word 3, I would say a few.
Okay.
If I were to say more than 3, I would say several. I'm just telling you me.
Because my several is like 3.
What would a few be?
I never use that.
A few.
Are you with me?
Yeah, most definitely. That's where I'm going.
Are you with me, Big Slay?
I'm with you, Reese.
Listen, I absolutely feel like several is way less than 6.
Yeah, and when they say 4 to 6 weeks, knowing, I would believe that, going through it, man, a guy like D-Hop, when do we need to see him?
Well, if the initial reports were right, then Wednesday would mark 3 to 5
weeks.
Yeah, so once we get to Wednesday, it's 3 to 5 because it was 4 to 6 from last Wednesday. So we'll just knock one off if the reports were right.
Everybody is saying a few is 2.
No, 2 is a
Maybe
couple.
3.
Yeah, I thought
2 is a
was
couple.
two. Yeah.
What are we doing, people?
Yeah, I thought 2 was
A couple.
Several is, here's Chris says several's 3.5. Or 3 to 5.
I love you, Chris.
3.5.
A couple is 2, a few is 3, several is more than 3.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know, but I feel like the line from Major League is what needs to go here. Who gives it? It's gone.
I never heard a few being 2.
A couple.
Mm-hmm.
Cheat. That's right. Well, I mean, we will care. Cheeto with a calf. That's what he's been missing time with.
He's about 2 weeks.
Jamal
Are
Adams.
you worried about that?
A little bit. Soft tissue,
Not
man.
Yet. Not yet.
Old dude.
Not yet, Slay.
Okay.
I am.
But
you know me.
you're going to worry.
I'm like super negative.
I'm usually between y'all, so I guess that's kind of, I'll pick one, like one of y'all side. Mayor.
One of y'all be ready in a minute.
Mayor.
Jamal Adams with rest. He's missed time lately. Caleb Farley with a hammy.
Oh, bless his heart.
I know, soft tissue. He doesn't need to get that hammy thing going.
Bless his heart.
And he's been having a good camp.
Anthony Kendall, he has. And Sadiq Charles at guard, personal reasons. Missed on Sunday. Real quick, and then we'll get back to the Titans and we'll get to Gustavo.
Okay.
Here's a story we were waiting for, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, the E. coli problem in the Seine River.
Ooh.
They still push forward with the triathlon, meaning athletes swam in feces infested waters. They said it was clean. They said it was
All
clean.
of a sudden.
But this is what we talked about with Dan Wetzel prior to the athletes going into the river. It was going to be the next day for the triathlon. This is what we talked about.
They have been trying to swim in it for 100 years, and it has been closed because it's polluted. And yesterday it was too polluted to swim in, but today they said it was okay.
What?
Are you buying that reading? If you're a triathlete, are you like, okay, so after 100 years, Today's it's clean enough for me to swim in. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, Slay yesterday was like, there's no way I'd do that event. I'd just say, sorry, USA.
I apologize, America.
I mean, sometimes, right, like bacteria builds up at the, in beaches and stuff, but it's not 100 straight years of it.
Oh, my gosh.
Dog.
And sure enough.
So you want the story?
Yes.
Hit it.
Story out of Paris. Belgian triathlete Claire Michael has been hospitalized due to an E. coli infection days after her first swim in the Seine River. The story goes a little deeper. It affects more people. This means the Belgian team, had to forfeit the team triathlon because she got sick.
Bunk.
They say the river is safe.
So, listen, y'all, hey, man, I tell you what, if you go out to a farm, man, and there's cows out there, you know the color of the cows, maybe black and white, could be a white cow, and you never know. But you know the size of the cow. If you paint a coyote to look like a cow and you say it's a cow, don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Just because they told you is what y'all was sitting there looking at the river, and nobody in their right mind said, this don't look right, y'all. This water does not, it looks nasty. Something can't be right. And y'all still jumped in there.
I mean, they didn't have a choice if they wanted to go for an Olympic
Yes, you do,
medal.
Babs. Yeah, you do. I'm already over here. Listen, y'all, when I was over there, y'all didn't send me a sample of the water when I was in my country, so I didn't know what it looked like. I really came over to see if y'all was really going to make us jump in this water. And now I see y'all serious about it. I'm going to bow out. Would anybody like to take this leg of the race for me? I do the bikes, I do the running, or something else. Somebody else can take his leg. I'm not taking this water leg. Nope. Somebody else can do that. Yeah, they're crazy. I can't believe they jumped in there.
Honestly, it's really Shiano in more ways than one. That they made them swim in there.
It is.
In more ways than one.
It is. It really is.
You know
dog.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a roller coaster. Like
you
I'm all
couldn't come
for
up with a backup plan.
Anything. You took the people that were out there in the ocean for their surfing. You took them way out on the cruise ship.
Tahiti.
2,000 miles away.
Come on, man. Why we got to do it right here in this water? In the boo-boo water. All kind of little stuff in that little water, man. No,
In the boo-boo.
Yeah, it's plenty
It's
on
been
there.
affected for 100 years, but now it's been closed for 100 years, but now it's open today.
You're 100.
Everything's good.
Karen
Nothing to see
said
here.
swimming in Shiano.
That's what it is. That's what it essentially was.
615-737-1045. Wanted to throw that in there for y'all because
I ain't even blaming them.
Listen, that was a story that we had been following, and so there was a development, and we needed to do our due
just
diligence.
wait,
I'm not
there
blaming
could
the
be
Olympics.
more.
Yeah, it's going to be more. It's going to be more.
Wait, so
There's going to be an outbreak.
do they
Hell
still
yeah.
have something else to do in the Sin River?
But not.
They had the triathlon,
the
men's and
relays,
women's. They were talking. Remember when this first popped up like a month ago? They were talking about doing a biathlon instead of the triathlon.
Yeah.
Then they were talking about moving it into another arena, which they didn't do. They just put them out there in that water.
Man, why would...
But it was also marathon. There were other events. I forget. It's anything like long distance swimming was in the Sin River.
Dog, you can't get in that. You can't get in it, people.
What a scene in the Sin.
That's every bit of it.
Jim Wyatt wrote that wide receiver Kyle Phillips had his best day of camp Sunday, said he has him third on the team in 7-on-7 catches with 14. He'll tell you who the top two are later. 615-737-1045. Gustavo next up on 3HL. Gustavo, what's up?
Hey, it's funny you mentioned Kyle Phillips. I followed Pac-12 for years, and he would always get it in open on my Ducks. He found a way to find open, drove us crazy. I know he had a couple of fumbles, but all of a sudden he went to the doghouse and never came back. But let me tell you something. He's really foxy. He reminds me of Tommy McDonald. You probably never heard of him, but Chris Welker, a guy that just knows where the holes are at. So I hope we keep this guy. That's exactly my only question is this quarterback going to be able to keep looking around the whole field and quit throwing to Hopkins only. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he had zero. In his defense, he had zero protection last year. So he didn't have time to sit there and wait.
Well, he's got more
was
weapons.
About to die.
This year, Traylon Burks is healthy. Ridley, they bring in. Kyle Phillips had injury issues, and you mentioned something that might
kind of pushed him back. I can't remember.
But Gustavo mentioned something that might be interesting because we've heard this about other players. He mentioned got in the doghouse. Mm-hmm. I wonder if he got in Braves' doghouse, and then that's what happened.
On the kickoff, the fumbles.
Yeah.
That could have done it.
And the Braves doghouse is real.
Yeah, it's locked
and
up
once
tight.
you're there,
Close
you
the
ain't getting
door.
out. Yeah.
It's like
You have access to some film. If you have access to some film, he was open a lot of times last year, but I understand quarterback's got to get rid of it. He's not going to depend on the guy being there. But he said, kill our Ducks.
Thank you, brother.
Always
Appreciate it.
open.
That's tough. Dead Ducks, huh?
Good luck this football season.
615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. I mean, when he came out, everybody raved about him.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Cosell,
We thought
Coach
he was
Mack.
going to be
We saw it.
immediately
And we saw it.
impactful.
And then what happened?
Then he got out the doghouse, came out, balled in Pittsburgh. We was like, he might have found another receiver.
And it's almost like Vrabel's like, nah, you ain't going to be out here catching passes. What do you think you're doing?
Good job. Who snuck you in that game?
Yeah, go back over there.
Go back to the house.
What do you think Kyle Phillips' reaction was when Braves was gone? He was probably like,
opportunity. Opportunity. 615-737-1045. We have some NFL notes for you as rookie quarterbacks will play this week. We've got it for you. Plus, what do you think now about the Titans defense with all these additions? We can talk more about it. Of course, Quandre Diggs, the safety, signed over the weekend. He'll be next to Amani Hooker. Packages for Jamal Adams. 615-737-1045.
Listen, people, you got some heirlooms that you want to get, kind of shined up, get them precious for the person you want to give them to. It's hard to let someone take your priceless heirloom and transform it into something you can wear every day. Brentwood Jewelry is known for creating custom pieces. That's right. You can get it transformed into and create a personalized piece that is as unique as the person who you left the keepsake with. Customize a piece for an anniversary, a special birthday, or just because gift. Brentwood Jewelry has the best selection of gems and diamonds to choose from. Just pick your stones. Meet with one of their designers and create a custom piece that will exceed expectations. And I'm telling you, when they get it, they're going to be radiating with shines of sunshine and butterflies and hearts coming out of it. They're really happy like it was a cartoon, but it's not. BrentwoodJewelry.com, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals, every day for over 50 years. BrentwoodJewelry.com.
You going Ice Cube all the way, all the time, all those things.
That's what Zeph doing.
Put your A into it.
You can do it, put your bag into it.
615-737-1045. Watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Oh, Twitch, please. Sorry.
Babs has left the building. Mm-hmm. She is headed to an ESPN preseason college football conference.
That's right. Bring us back all the good info, Babs. It's just exactly what the people are telling us that we need.
Ron Slay on YouTube said, hit the like button in all caps.
Please.
So then I hit the like button and wrote, I hit it at Slay.
And I told you thanks at Brent and Euro.
Even though you're sitting right next to us, we had that conversation on YouTube.
Yeah, it's much better on
615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. Evan and Bank chat is open if you want to get on in there. Coming up a little bit later, if the Titans play the Bears without D-Hop, would it affect the spread? I asked Todd Furman. I'll have the answer for you later.
Okay. Appreciate it, yo.
NFL notes. Patriots play Thursday, hosting the Carolina Panthers. Number 3 overall pick, Drake May, will see action. I'm guessing rookie quarterback Joe Milton out of Tennessee will also get work. There's stories out of New England that Milton is pushing Drake May. Jacoby Brissett's going to start for them. Mm-hmm. But there's a battle there for number 2, according to reports.
I mean,
does that surprise you?
No, because at the end of the day, all we keep saying is, man, all it's going to take is one person to be able to get to him. And if they can, we said the reason he was going to be drafted is everybody is going to look at him and say, man, that athletic ability, that powerful arm, I can train him. I can get it right. I can develop this young man. And everybody's going to take a chance on him because that size and talent and arm strength doesn't always come around. So you take a look at him. And whoever gets the opportunity to make it work, you're going to look like a genius and you may have something special. But can he continue to do it? I think it's always those times where he shows flashes and then it's like it kind of tails off or kind of peaks. And then you're back to where you are.
Zeph, what did you see from Colin Cowherd?
So on August 1st, after that first report came out, Colin Cowherd went on his show and explained how Joe Milton was probably going to win the job. Then he went on the show a couple of days later or maybe the next day and doubled down on it and saying that there's a very likely possibility and he would not be surprised whatsoever if Joe Milton was the Patriots or if Joe Milton beat out Drake May for that quarterback job.
For the second string.
I'm assuming he's talking about second string.
Some are saying starter, which is not right. That can't be right.
Because Gerard Mayo has been on Jacoby Brissett as our starter the entirety of training.
And if y'all look at I don't have the Patriots schedule in front of me. I can get it. But if you look at their schedule, it's very difficult on the front end.
Yeah.
So you would want a veteran guy trying to deal with those situations.
You want it? I got it right here.
Yeah, hit it.
All right. So starting the regular season, they're at the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Seahawks, at the Jets, at the Niners, versus the Dolphins, versus the Texans, and then at Jags in week 7. So that first 6 weeks is it's going to be a train wreck for a rookie quarterback if they throw one in there, especially a 6th-round rookie quarterback. No offense, Joe Milton. But yeah.
Interesting. I mean, there are a lot of quarterback jobs. I mean, is Jaden Daniels going to become the Commander's starter? That's what I've heard.
I would think so. I've been hearing great stuff. I mean, everybody's been hearing
great stuff.
Great stuff about him.
Speaking of, Saturday, we could see rookie quarterbacks get reps in Jaden Daniels with Washington and Caleb Williams with the Bears. Going to get his first go. Rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. has been turning heads, apparently, and will make his debut Friday for the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins not expected to get any snaps this preseason at all.
Yeah, sit down, Kirk.
What do you think about that plan?
Yeah.
To draft a guy in the top 10, even though you just paid an ungodly amount of money for a free agent quarterback.
Big old bankroll.
So you don't get to take advantage of Penix being good on the field early as a rookie in a rookie deal.
Yeah.
You have to wait a couple of years till he's on the back end of that deal and then pay him.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the Jordan Love plan. I get it, but the league seems like it's going in a different direction where it behooves you to pick well with a quarterback, have him start, and do well with him so you can put all the money in other positions.
One thing for sure, he's putting them with their back against the wall. Like they're going to come out of their payment with Kirk Cousins and then have to repay him, Michael Penix. So, good things hearing from Michael Penix Jr. as well, though. I mean, we knew what he was. Could deliver the ball really well. I'm just not sure about Kirk Cousins. What are you getting from him? Like, what was his, an Achilles? Like, if we start treating Achilles like ACL, boy, I know, man, medicine and science is everything, but, you get to that point, it is serious. Achilles, like, that was,
He tore it in week 8 of 2023.
See, that's deep in the season. Midway point.
Deep in the season.
Deep undercover. I like that movie. I ain't seen that, man.
Deep undercover. Yeah. Quick baseball note. We were talking about this on Friday, but man, over the weekend, Ben Joyce. We just randomly brought him up on Friday.
Yeah.
Former Vol Ben Joyce recorded his first big league save for the Angels this weekend. He closed the game with a fastball strikeout at 104.7 miles per hour.
Rolling.
It was the fastest recorded pitch on a swing and miss. I think that was the stat I saw. The fastest recorded pitch on a swing and miss in MLB history.
I mean, he did try to hit it. That's true.
And it was right in the zone. And it was
down the middle.
It was a little at the bottom of the zone, which is exactly where you want. Exactly where you want a fastball.
And kind of tailing inside.
But I mean, whew.
So Joyce now, you had this stat, but he's upped it. Has reeled off 22 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings and has thrown 6 of Major League Baseball's top 10 fastest pitches this season. And remember, like, we have him on the show maybe 2 years ago, and he was talking about he had the Tommy John, right? And before the Tommy John, he wasn't throwing that. He was throwing like low 90s.
Yeah,
and so he had the surgery and comes back with like rocket arm.
It's like the movie Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He threw it from the outfield. At the stands.
Except, now he's actually dominating in the majors right now, which is insane.
So the Angels are going to have another decision here. How long you give it? What, 3-4 weeks? Christian Moore, if he is
it's going to take longer than that.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But where are they in the standings?
They terrible. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
like,
but when they up the roster, when you get closer to the playoffs, what's that, like 20 weeks? 3 more weeks, maybe 4?
September 1st. It goes
okay, so you're right,
weeks.
yeah.
It goes from 26 players to 28.
And they terrible.
And they're allowed to have 40 players under major league contract.
Like Trout is already out. So I mean, you might as well bring Simo up to see what he's doing. If he keeps going like at this rate, keep going at this rate.
I think there was first 5 professional games in the minors. He had 10 hits or 9 hits, something around there. But all he's done is hit.
Well, sound like I like where he is. Get Simo up there. Him and Ben Joyce belong together. Put them both with the Angels. Keep it just like that.
When they expand the rosters, they'll bring him up. So he went from single A. He played 2 games in single A. Now he's in double A.
With the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
You can get moved up from double A to the majors. It happens. Oh, there they go. Slay Dog in the Seine River.
Gross.
The Seine River we're looking at it right now. Number 1, it's not moving. Number 2, it's brown.
You gotta put your head under that water.
Yeah. Hey, if you're going to look how brown that water is. Like they pulled back.
Ugh. That's stupid, man. There's no way. No way I'm doing that.
615-737-1045. Titans signed free agent safety Quandre Diggs over the weekend. What do you think about that? He's going to be right next to Amani Hooker. And then they'll have packages for Jamal Adams. We had Greg Cosell on earlier talking about that, and he loves the move. He loves the player.
Mm-hmm.
He's 31 years old. This will be year 11. But in the last 4 seasons, has not missed a game.
That's big.
So what is that, 68 in a row? At least 68 in a row.
Especially coming here.
5'9", 197 out of Texas. Hook 'em. All these hook 'em guys.
Yeah, down.
3-time Pro Bowler last season, 17 games, 95 tackles, 1 interception, 5 passes defensed. In the last 4 seasons, 324 tackles. That's 81 per season, 15 interceptions. So your secondary now looks like this: L'Jarius Sneed, Cheeto Awuzie. In the slot, you've got Roger McCrary, Quandre Diggs, Amani Hooker, and then packages for Jamal Adams. That is much different than last year.
You talking about shoring it up. That's how you shore up that back end right there, man. That's what we want. And listen, I know it's names, but these names have been productive. This ain't nothing like they were telling off in year 3. Out of their prime, and all of a sudden on the downhill, and we got them. Now, these guys still right there in it. Still right there. Sneed still in it. Cheeto. Jamal Adams would be the only one if you wanted to throw a question mark around somebody, just because you didn't get to see him play because of injury. But
when you're 1.1, so
you can't lose. You cannot lose.
And you still got Elijah Molden back there.
Yeah,
throw around
good money. Quandre Diggs.
So if you're looking at a 2-year plan, like we've talked about, if Will Levis is the guy, and turns out to be the guy moving forward, they have set themselves up with another offseason similar to this one where they're immediately a factor.
Yes, sir. And that's what you want.
On paper.
That's exactly what you want. Start building the pieces, baby. Put the pieces of the puzzle together. Man, I'm going to tell you what, though. Andre Sweat. Ooh-wee. I know they say, we talk about it all the time, what goes hand in hand. That pass rush, marrying that with the coverage on the backside of boy. T'Vondre Sweat can keep on being who he is, and it can only get better, barring any injuries. Ooh, Big Jeff, man, is wrecking shop thanks to him. Putting them in one-on-one situations, man, and then just moving them around up there on the front. Man, look good, man. Man, look good. I like this defense, man. And I feel like it was going to be a while before we get to say that again, but I like that. Love the way Kenneth Murray looks. Good gosh.
I mean, we saw it a little bit, him flying to the football.
Man.
I mean, he's C-ball, hit-ball guy. He could get caught up in a wash some, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like he can get out of it, too, though. He got some long, long arms, man. Long arms. Yeah. I want to hear. I need Bullet to get out there.
And he took his shirt off after practice.
Yes.
I mean, ripped.
That's what, specimen. That's what that was. I need to get buddies. Who was Buddy? Buddies.
The shoes that teachers used to wear.
Yeah. I need to get Buddy's input on that linebacker spot, man. I need to get his input.
6th-round draft pick out of Detroit, or by Detroit, out of Texas. Played his first 2 seasons at slot corner. You see slot corners move to safety quite a bit as their years go by, careers continue. Roger McCrary probably happened to him at some point.
Right.
Played in the Senior Bowl, had 4 tackles and an interception. His head coach, as I mentioned earlier, was Kim Wisenhunt. And this is another full circle thing.
What's that?
His first career tackle was on Keenan Allen, who he will play in the opener.
Like that's on.
How about that?
Yeah. Like it. Go for what you know.
615-737-1045. This weekend provided the Titans the opportunity to practice in pads for the 3rd and 4th days. From Jim Wyatt, Calvin Ridley continues to get big open. NWI got big balls on both. Why did I write it like that?
Yeah, I like it.
Why did I write it like that?
Okay. Yeah.
NWI caught a bunch of had big pass receptions both days. How about that?
Heard about him.
You hearing things on NWI?
Yeah. I know how I feel, man.
Yeah.
I'm trailing all day. I want him in that spot, you know what I mean, getting the opportunity. But to the credit of what you guys were telling me on Friday, Savage came on and said the same thing. NWI continues to pop off the tape. To pop off Mr. Consistent. It may be his new name, Mr. Consistent. Although I'm definitely not out on my guy, Traylon Burks. And I think he has the explosive ability.
Dude, if you can have 5.
Oh, my gosh.
That you can just put in.
Oh.
Traylon Burks talked about learning multiple positions in this offense.
Yes. I had to, in OTAs, I had to learn every position. So that helped a lot just being able to know when I'm going in the huddle, I just don't have to think about, what route that I have if I'm at F or Z. I will just know once Will or Malik or Mason call the play that, I know the full concept of everything. So if anybody needs help, I can help them out.
A bit of a leadership role going in year 3.
What about this whole kickoff thing? I can't wait to see how the Titans work kickoffs on Saturday.
I want to see it. So I missed the Hall of Fame game.
It was really no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, there were 8 kickoffs. Nobody got past the 32-yard line.
Did they try to return them?
Yeah. Only one kick was not returned.
Really?
Yeah, so when you're kicking off, you're trying not to get it in the end zone because it comes out to the 30.
Okay.
So there were a couple of penalties on coverage, like players leaving early.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the biggest adjustment.
It's 10 yards between the players.
Jeff, you got something?
I was just say it was very sloppy for the first time, like seeing it in a game.
Yeah. Ben Watson said, played tight end at Georgia. He said on Twitter, it looked like it was, what did I say, hokey? That was my word, not his, but it just looked weird.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, it's going to take some time to get used to seeing kickoffs done that way, just to see it, like, aesthetically. But he said it reminded him of NFL practices when coaches, like, were trying to get through the practice and they just did kickoffs, like, half-heartedly and got in the building. This is Traylon Burks is an option. Mark Mariani was the first one to point that out, and then like 2 days later, the head coach mentioned it. Traylon Burks, his thoughts on getting the ball during kickoffs.
I mean, it's fun. I played a little bit of kickoff and punt return in college, so just being able to get back out there and do it again, it's fun. I like getting the ball in my hands, and especially with this new kickoff thing, so it's going to be fun.
615-737-1045. Looking forward to seeing that part of it.
Yeah.
On Saturday for sure.
Close and personal.
And how they cover, but more so who's returning kicks.
Yeah.
Because you would think Jaquan would get a chance, the rookie wide receiver.
I'm interested to see who takes something from somebody else, because I guarantee Andy Reid got a lot of tricks up in his sleeve for. He got a lot of saucy nugs up his sleeve for.
Oh my gosh!
Kickoffs. I know you don't like that.
I don't. I mean, the Wendy's commercial on our station where she's talking about saucy nugs. I do need to get by there and have some. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
I almost did the other day, but now.
You got a frosty instead?
Yep.
That's when you couldn't eat?
Yeah, I'm going to go and get another one.
Your liquid diet?
Yeah. I'm kind of back on it because listen, dog, we're an hour, 38 minutes in. I still haven't eaten my salad. It has never taken me this long. Frosty, that's why I'm going to get a Frosty after this.
Has it stopped you from drinking?
Oh, no.
You had a big weekend?
Oh, I'm back.
You're back on that?
Oh, yeah.
Ian Rappaport from the NFL Network has thoughts on Quandre Diggs. What does he think about this signing? That's next. And your phone call, 615-737-1045.
Everywhere I go, I see Ford Broncos all over the road, and they're all different, right? Soft tops, hard tops, Big Ben, heritage style with white tops, black diamonds. They've got the Raptor and the smaller Bronco sports some amazing colors. So many options, so many different packages and trim level. And that's why Two Rivers Ford team invites you to get to know the Ford Bronco. This is an open invite. You don't have to be in the market for a vehicle. The Two Rivers Ford has a team of Bronco experts on hand to introduce you to the Ford Bronco and answer your questions. They're going to let you test drive, show you the on-road, off-road capabilities, the technology, the accessories, and we know they all look amazing. And remember that Two Rivers Ford sales team doesn't work on commission. They're there to educate you, answer your questions, and introduce you to a really cool vehicle that you might not know a lot about. So go see my friends at Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, 7 miles east of the airport. Get to know the Ford Bronco. This is one of the reasons people love doing business with Two Rivers Ford. They are the South's most trusted Ford dealer, and Two Rivers Ford is your Ford Bronco headquarters.
The hottest 3-on-3 tournament is back, baby. The Big Three coming to Nashville. It's the world's greatest basketball tournament of the summer, man. Right here at Bridgestone Arena, August 11th for the semifinals. Come on out Sunday, August 11th for the semis and see which teams earn the right to battle for the chip the next week in Boston. Ice Cube, the head of it, will be here, people, and he'll be on our show Friday as well. Some of the biggest stars and most competitive athletes to play the game. You got Hall of Fame coaches involved like Gary Payton, Lisa Leslie, and Dr. J. Julius Irving, man. So I promise you, you want to be there. Bring the whole crew, bring the family, all your hoop heads for a day packed of dunks, crossovers, fantastic finishes. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets. Feel the energy and the passion of the game up close and personal. All you got to do is go to big3.com/tickets and come enjoy some hooping.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Ice Cube scheduled to be with us on Friday. They got the Big 3 event coming to Bridgestone Arena, and that's going to be fun. Corey Brewer is on one of the teams from Portland, Tennessee.
CB.
Home of the Strawberry Festival.
Back-to-back national champion.
Yeah, they ran it back, man. That's crazy. He's going to be on Thursday, I think, in studio, and we can talk about that Florida team and that decision. So rare to have 5 guys sit in a room and say, let's roll it back. And that's what happened. And they did.
Yeah.
How much fun would it have been for those guys? You know what I mean?
Just imagine they might have did it a third time if the NIL was in place.
Now Al Horford's still playing.
I know.
I mean, crazy. Corey is too, but I mean, NBA basketball?
Yeah. The game, man. You start to develop a shot and it's shooting threes, so much space out there.
You ever been to the Strawberry Festival in Portland?
No.
I did. I went up there one time.
How'd you like it?
When I was in between 1510 and 104.5 The Zone, I had a non-compete. It was supposed to be 6 months, but then a couple months in, I called my guy Tom English, and I was like, look, man, I'm not trying to steal from you, take anything from you. This is what I was put on this earth to do, in my opinion.
Right.
My heart, my mind, my body, my soul, all of it. I need it. You know what I mean? And he was like, how many more months you got? I said, 4 more months. He said, I've never told this story.
Yeah.
He said, all right, let's cut it in half. And so he let me out of my non-compete. But while I was doing that, I was doing all kinds of other jobs because I couldn't just sit out. You know? Right. So I was working with my buddy Dr. K, Ken Ennis, and he had been in this market, predicting games and stuff, picking winners and all that stuff, like a long time ago. Really good at it. Yeah. Really good at it. Huge personality. But anyway, so I was working with him. He does like insurance and stuff like that. And so one day he just closed the doors. He's like, we're going to Portland. We're going to eat lunch up there, and then we're going to go pick strawberries.
That was real?
It was real.
Strawberries, just picking them.
Real strawberries, man. I'm telling you.
them as you pick them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. You haven't lived.
You haven't lived.
We go do it with Corey.
Picked at 8 strawberries?
Yeah, he'll know all about it.
How big was the biggest one you saw?
I don't remember all that.
The size of my hand?
I'm sure they had like grotesquely weird, things. Like, Guinness Book of World Records stuff. Do they still have that, the Guinness Book of World Record? Is that still a thing?
Hell yeah. People try to say that all the time.
Zeb, have you ever tried to go after a record?
No, but in elementary school, when you had the book fair, I always bought the books. They tell you the records every year.
I don't know, man. You sent us a picture from Cracker Barrel in Murfreesboro over the weekend, and you were cooking up some biscuits, man.
1 million of them.
1 million of them. Most biscuits cooked in 10 minutes.
Every Saturday.
The Biscuit Man. Zelf, the Biscuit Man.
I set my own record every Saturday.
So anyway, Corey Brewer on Thursday, he's going to participate in the event, the Big 3, and then Ice Cube has put this thing together, man. And he's grown that thing.
Yeah.
He'll be on with us on Friday. So y'all are going to have a meeting with me to not do what I normally do and so tell me about life as a kid in Compton. You know what I mean?
CPT.
Because then we'll be there all day.
Yeah. You got to imagine, man, got stories for days, though.
I know, but I'm so interested. He's one of the most interesting people. I cannot believe that he's going to be on 3HL. 615-737-1045. Ian Rappaport talking about on the NFL Network. So NFL Network was here this weekend with Ian Rappaport and Sarah Walsh, who used to work at News 2. And they were doing their coverage as they tour training camps. And then when Rappaport leaves, they sign a safety, Quandre Diggs. This is what Rappaport had to say about Quandre Diggs.
I was actually there, talking to some of the personnel people, some of the coaches yesterday. Seemed like the defense is pretty set. Maybe just kind of had one little hole. They filled that last night after I landed. Thank you very much. Quandre Diggs, one of the old dudes, one of the veterans who is still available, really one of the best overall players who is still a free agent, agreed to terms on a 1-year deal worth $5 million max. Basically, it is a $4 million base deal, $3 million base plus another $1 million in easily reachable playtime incentives. If you're wondering why at this point in camp the Titans need another safety after signing Jamal Adams, the reason is with Denard Wilson in a scheme, they're basically trying to replicate what Baltimore did last year. That's the scheme they are running, and They had 3 safeties who were on the field a ton. Guys who play a lot, who make a lot of plays, are sort of that nerve center of the defense. Quandre Diggs is a really cerebral kind of elder statesman. Felt like he was one of the final pieces of what should be a really, really feisty defense. Rarely do you find good, talented people at this time in training camp, but for sure yesterday the Tennessee Titans did.
That's a good piece. Good piece to have.
Ian Rappaport, NFL Network.
Coming through for us.
615-737-1045. The unofficial depth chart is out for the Titans.
Okay.
You want to roll through the offense real quick?
Yeah.
Zeph Dog?
Let's do it. Starting at quarterback, Will Levis.
Will Levis. Who's 2?
Mason Rudolph.
The day we were at camp was Malik. And when I asked about it, like, I can say, so the way I asked was, I can say this, right, because fans are here. And what was positioned to me was, I would say that they rotate days. So anyway.
Makes sense.
So Mason Rudolph 2.
Then Malik is 3.
No surprise there.
And then at running back, Tony Pollard, Tyjae Spears as the co-RB1, with Hassan Haskins as your 2, and Julius Chestnut and Jabari Small as your co-3.
Haskins look good, man. He look good early.
He is looking good, isn't he? Yep.
Wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd.
No surprise there.
With Traylon Burks, Nick Westbrook-Ikine, and Kyle Phillips as your second string. Tight end, Chig and Josh Wiley on the same line as
That's interesting.
tight end 1. They're co.
So that tells, depth charts mean nothing, especially this early. But that does, I think, indicate what we've heard and saw, that Wiley has been much better this camp than last, which goes without saying, right? Coming in as a rookie.
Then your starting offensive line at left tackle, J.C. Latham. Yep. Left guard, Peter Skoronski. Center, Lloyd Cushenberry. Right guard, Shadiq Charles. Right tackle, Nicholas Petit-Frere.
So, Babsy, just hold on. Hold on to your horses, Babsy. Hold your little horses.
I know. I told y'all last week that I'd heard that. Got some pushback.
Yeah. You did.
Doesn't mean he's like an all-pro. Like you said, it doesn't mean like he's a Pro Bowl player, but like in terms of where they are. We'll do the defense when we come back. Also, if the Titans play the Bears without D-Hop, would it affect the point spread? Got that next. Also, 3HL 1045 The Zone.
HL going to Vegas, baby. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We going to get to stay in Vegas, though. We got to come back. But for the time being, the 22nd and the 23rd, we will be out there doing a live show, and we're heading to Circa. That's right. Circa Resort and Casino, man. The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Millionaire. And they are up to $16 million in guaranteed prizes. Each week with no points. Oh, excuse me. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
hello. Can you go?
Each week with no point spread. If the team loses or ties, the entry is eliminated. You can only pick each team once in a season. Now, the next one in Circa Million, you have 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed. Quarterly and full season payouts. The entry that does the worst gets $100,000. Visit CircaSports.com for terms and conditions and for more details. Be prepared to be 21. You must be 21 and present in Nevada. Entries are now open and close September 7th at 2 p.m.
You can watch a show on YouTube. Eric says, man down on the TV behind Slay.
Get me on out of here.
Did he win or get exposed to E. coli? I don't know. I didn't see it. Speaking of, to celebrate Team USA going for gold, Xfinity is offering a gold medal deal now through August 11th. Get their best offer yet with 300 megabit Xfinity internet and 1 line of unlimited mobile for just $35 a month for a year and a free 5G phone. And the action doesn't stop there. Save on some of the biggest names in streaming by adding the new Xfinity Stream Saver with Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for $15 a month. Don't wait. When the Olympic Games end, so does this deal. Go to Xfinity.com/Team USA. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. After the promotion, regular rates apply to internet and mobile. Stream saver price subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Free 5G phone requires eligible trade-in. Select models only.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. If you don't know by now, Quandre Diggs is a Titan, as the deal is worth $3 million, just a one-year deal, but it could get up to $5 million depending on incentives for Diggs. Pay attention to what Minnesota is doing, because wide receiver Jordan Addison has been charged with 2 misdemeanors connected to an alleged DUI arrest that took place. If he is convicted, he faces up to 6 months of jail time and a suspension from the NFL. Don't forget, the Titans and Vikings will play in Week 11 of the season. And the Vols know what they are ranked in the preseason coaches poll, as that just dropped earlier today. They come in at number 15. There are actually 9 SEC teams in the top 20. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Dawn Davenport has headed out of town. She is going to the annual ESPN pre-media college football conference, where they talk about how they're going to cover the sport.
See you, Babsy. She gone.
She was making me nervous waiting too long.
No, I thought it was right on time.
Her flight is 5:30, so she boards at 5. She was still sitting in here at 4:20.
That was good.
She asked me when she got here what time she should leave, and I was like, well, there's going to be traffic because it's middle of the day. And she was like, so like 4:45 after 4:45 segment? I went, no. I was like, you need to be gone by like 4.
I said 3:30.
Yeah, 4:20, 4:30.
I mean, the common like go time is 2 hours, right? Like to give yourself 2 hours to get through security and all that stuff?
No.
Because you board in half hour before that anyway. Me and Zeph, when we went to Dallas, me and Zeph were there. What were we there? Like 3 hours, 3.5 hours before? 3 hours before?
2.5. Because we were going to get there at 6:30, but I think we both got there at like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And then I got stopped by security for my PlayStation. So, glad I went early.
Slade Dog got hit in security one time. I was kind of nervous. I don't know. Do you remember that?
I got hit that time. Who was going that time? Oh, y'all was already at the gate, though. For no reason.
You got hit somewhere, and you were like, hey, man, go find us somewhere to eat. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we were coming from, where we coming from? It was somebody that gave me a Gatorade to hold. I think it was Babsy. Gave me a Gatorade to hold. I forgot I put it in my bag.
Somebody did give you a Gatorade.
And I put it in my bag and forgot it was in there. And that's what it was. I was like, what is mine going off for? And it was Babsy's Gatorade. And she walked by laughing. Like, you the one got me stopped. You know you ain't going to drink this Gatorade.
Traveling.
Where are we coming from?
Traveling together.
California? The Super Bowl?
LA, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that was LAX, wasn't it?
It was. Yep. It was LAX.
That was when I left something in the Uber, too.
Yep.
That was a hell of a trip. Also, like, is that the trip we forgot the banner?
Yep.
There was all kinds of things going on in that trip.
A whole lot going on.
615-737-1045. Fighting in practice. It's a thing.
It's football.
Sport of kings. Better than diamond rings.
There you go.
Football. The Steelers got into a massive brawl one day. I know, like all the camps are. Giants did. We'll talk more about that in a second.
Do the people think it's never going to happen? It's going to happen.
It's funny.
Like, what you can do.
The day that it happened, when we brought it up before we brought up the Big Jeff Buck thing. And so we were just talking about fighting in practice, and there were, like, several of y'all were upset and saying, like, Big Jeff's not a team leader for getting in a fight at practice and all these things. And
they're out of control. And
I don't know. I've covered that team every year since they've been here. They happen every year.
I've never been around a high-powered football team that's not fault. Unless it's something that don't care. Those teams out there, too. Plenty. This happens in high school too, everybody. Just to pull your coat, pull the rug from up on you.
I would argue that happens more in high school than probably
happens a lot. Like these practices, boy, it is hot out there, y'all. It's hot.
So Calvin Ridley was asked over the weekend about the fighting. He doesn't think anyone should be concerned.
Today we went out here fighting. Everybody thought we were, I've seen a lot of good stuff in that practice, and I've been seeing a lot of good stuff. So I'm excited about this team, period, and the guys that we have. And people don't expect us to be, good, and I like that. I mean, we got all the time to focus, on ourselves. They're talking about all these other teams, and then when we come, we got the chance to show what we're about. So I'm all for that.
How much do you emphasize that, like off that first day, where distractions pop up, but there is good work being gotten in?
Yeah, I mean, they seen us fighting out here, but man, we're only fighting because we're getting after each other. I mean, some dogs out here, man. That's what you're gonna get. I mean, if you don't get that, I mean, they're not working hard. If the teams are not doing it, they're not working hard. These guys you got Jeffrey Simmons, man. He's a animal. He's gonna come bull rush anybody. He's gonna beat pretty much anybody. So, they're getting after that. I like that. I think that makes us better. And when we get back in the locker room, we'll figure out how to, calm everybody down. Because this is our team. We'll calm everybody down in the locker room. But on that field, I mean, we don't want to fight, obviously. But you haven't seen that again. Because we calmed it down there, like we figured it out. Now we're working. You get working to get better. So I like that stuff.
If you don't think there's going to be a fight or two or three, or a couple or several or a few, whatever term you want to use, when the Seahawks come in here?
Oh, yeah. You ain't got no high-end competitive guys if you don't care what it is.
That always gets scrappy.
Yeah.
And the coaches really get pissed because they have, like, certain things that they're each are working on. So they really script it out. So they get pissed. But, yeah. Anyway, happened in New York. Your boy got involved.
Who?
Danny Dimes got involved. Brian Burns plays for the Giants. He talked about it after.
Real leader.
I know you're on the other field. What do you think, or you hear that your quarterback is in the middle of one of those stuff?
Oh, Lord. Daniel got jiggy with it. Daniel was out there with it? Yeah. I'm going to need him to back up. Yeah, I'm going to need him to back up. Let his O-line handle that. But, Daniel, he's a competitor, man. He's a fighter, so I don't expect nothing less from him, but I don't need him in that. I don't need him to get hit. Yeah, I need to keep him healthy.
I mean, especially when you've got your hands involved and you're putting your hands on people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't swinging, but he was putting his hands on people.
Yeah.
And you don't need any, dislocated finger or broken finger or anything like that.
Coach or somebody went and grabbed him immediately and pulled him away. And he's still trying to get in there. I liked it. I liked it, man.
Here's what we've got: the Titans defensive unofficial depth chart for you in a second. This is what Danny Dimes had to say.
Involved a little bit there in the skirmish earlier in practice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Situation happens like that. You try to stand up for your guys, but I thought it was good competitive practice all day today, and we made some plays and did some good things. There's some things we need to shore up for sure, but good intensity and competitive spirit today.
Involved a little bit there.
Zeph said he's wearing a "We Over Me" T-shirt.
That's what I expect.
That's your guy, Daniel Jones.
You know it is.
Getting involved.
He's going to show y'all.
All right, Zeph, you got the defensive unofficial depth chart for the Titans as we head into game week.
Where's you guys, Zeph?
We are in game week.
What position group do you guys want to start with?
Up front.
Yep.
All right. At defensive end, Sebastian Joseph Day.
Yep.
Next to him at nose tackle, Tavondre Sweat. Next to him, old Big Jeff at defensive tackle. And then outside linebacker, Arden Key. Then inside linebackers are Kenneth Murray and Jack Gibbons. Your other outside linebacker, Harold Landry. Your cornerbacks, Chidobe Awuzie, Roger McCreary, he's the nickel, and then L'Jarius Sneed. Your two safeties, Amani Hooker and Jamal Adams.
Adams is on here because Diggs is not on here yet.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense there is literally no surprise.
Right.
At all.
Agreed.
Kicker, kickoff, Nick Folk, Ryan Stonehouse, your punter, your holder, Mason Kinsey, punt returner, Tyjae Spears, kickoff returner, Kyrus Jackson behind him, Kyle Phillips, Jaquan Jackson behind him. I guarantee you we'll see. Well, you might not in the preseason, but anyway. Just trying to give 16 some love there. Morgan Cox, the long snapper. So there it is, your unofficial depth chart for the Tennessee Titans. The first one, we did the offense in the last segment.
Is Mason Kinsey going to make this roster?
It's a great question. They are loaded at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to how many receivers they keep.
I mean, they've got him as the number one punt returner right now.
That helps him, the kick returner thing. So that's something to watch. Like if Jaquan Jackson, for example, can return punts, that makes Mason Kinsey expendable. But in terms of wide receivers, I mean, you've got obviously the big four. It's like Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, DeAndre Hopkins, and Traylon Burks. You've got Nick Westbrook-Akine. That's 5. I think the Bengals kept 6 to start the season. I think I'll have to go back and look at that. I forget what we found there. But then you've got Kyle Phillips, Kyrus Jackson, Bryce Oliver, Jaquan Jackson, the rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mason Kinsey. So, yeah, I mean, you can start going through the numbers real quick at wide receiver. And cornerback's another position.
So, cornerbacks, Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is the number 2 behind L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah.
Which would
that
be,
dude's going to be a stud.
With Chidobe, depending on how long his calf keeps him out, could end up playing a factor.
Right, but I think they view Brownlee more in the slot as opposed to outside. But we'll see. And they've got some veterans.
Yeah.
That have been on this roster that just got recruited around, so to speak, but are still
Trey
capable
Avery,
players.
Eric Garror, who played a lot of reps last year.
Yep, 615-737-1045 if you want in. I mentioned this going into the break. I had a conversation with Todd Furman over the weekend.
What did he say?
So I was just curious if I can find it. Here it is. If the Titans were to play the opener against the Bears without D-Hop, Todd Furman, our sports gambling expert in Vegas, said there would be no point spread adjustment, at max a half a point, but not off a key number, meaning 3, 7, 10, and so on. So no difference with or without from a point spread perspective. And I think that's an indication of how deep they are at wide receiver. Plug and play. All right, more 3HL when we come back. 615-737-1045. I have an unbelievable stat that will give you some positive feelings about the Titans and their chances against the Bears in Chicago. We'll lead with that. Take your phone call, 615-737-1045. Great question by Daryl on YouTube. Key is out. Is it Weaver next? The answer is yes. And it may be him anyway, in terms of more down for down play, and Arden Key more of the spot guy. But yeah, we should have addressed that. Thank you for bringing that question up. All right, Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. My guys at Gupton are ready to help you out, and they will get it done for you and your family, or just you. And you can just tell them what you're looking for, what you need. Maybe you need more space. Maybe you need better gas mileage. Maybe you need something a little more cost efficient. Whatever you need, tell them. They will put you in the direction of the right vehicle. You take your test drive, you go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will ever have, had, or will have until you go back to them. And then you'll know what you're looking for. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there. All the deals they have going on right now, right there. GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Holistic Stem Cell Therapy, brought to you by Kellum Stem Cell Institute. I've had this experience, and many other patients have experienced it. I mean, remarkable results for a wide range of issues. You can see with congestive heart failure, lung issues, autism, arthritis, and any piece of the body that's hurting, man, they would take care of it. I did it in my knee, my shoulder, and my hip. All came back successful. Now, this isn't a controversial stem cell use that you've been hearing about. This right here It's not from donors or anything. This is your body, your cells, which makes it your solution. They can not only harvest your body's stem cells, but also store them for future and continued use. These cells are your body's own healing cells, harvested and redeployed based on your needs. Stem cells attack inflammation in the body, and we know that autoimmune disorders derive from inflammation. So call and get your consultation today, 615-850-4415. That's KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking. 615-737-1045. You went from Ice Cube to Ice T.
Yeah.
I ran out of Ice Cube songs in the system.
Songs that could be played.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Veteran safety Quandre Diggs and the Titans agreed to a 1-year, up to $5 million deal. Diggs played with the Seahawks last season. What did I say, 95 tackles? Yeah, 95 tackles, 1 interception, 5 passes defensed. He has 15 interceptions his last 4 seasons.
Yeah. Ball hawk.
We had Greg Cosell on for a special visit earlier in the show, and he said that he's more of a rangy player than Amani Hooker, which I think will allow Amani Hooker to be more in the box and do what he does best.
I'll accept that.
Cause havoc.
Gladly.
Richie says, hell of a cool T-shirt, Slay.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. Boom, boom, room. DM me. Get you a boom, boom, room, sir.
A lot of people asking about y'all can what?
I was going to tell them they can get the door locked on them.
Might as well.
Simple.
You can watch the live YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Zeph's way away from the microphone. Twitch, please. I got you, Zeph.
Sorry, I did a YouTube video for you guys.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Zeph.
Zeph just in there.
Twitch, please, Zeph.
Twitch, please. Better late than never.
It's almost like you're playing like French Open tennis, like because you like slide over to the YouTube thing, and then you slide back. You move quickly.
I stopped using the chair because I once almost fell out of it.
You doing the slide?
Trying to slide back and forth.
Speaking of, remember when I fell out of the chair on the show?
Yeah, you did.
On the YouTube feed?
Whoopsie.
5 years with the Lions. He played slot corner the first 2 years. Played slot corner at Texas. Played cornerback at Texas. And then 5 years with Seattle Seahawks. Played every game the last 4 seasons. 15 interceptions, as I mentioned. Titans defensive additions this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Cornerback L'Jarius Sneed, cornerback Chido Awuzie, safety Jamal Adams, safety Quandre Diggs, linebacker Kenneth Murray, linebacker Cedric Gray, defensive end Sebastian Joseph Day, which I read this list to Greg Cosell, and he went back to Sebastian Joseph Day, and he goes, I don't know if this is getting the attention that it deserves in Nashville, but this guy can play.
That's good.
He doesn't give you huge sack numbers, but he is a force on the defensive line.
Good stuff right there.
Also defensive tackle Tavondre Sweat, and, of course, defensive coordinator Denard Wilson. And that was one of my biggest takeaways coming out of training camp was, like, we kept hearing attacking style of defense, energy, physical, all those things. And, man, when you go out there and watch practice, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, you can feel it. Translating from the film room, from his mindset to the players, and the players putting it on the field, yes, absolutely. And I think a lot that can't get overlooked with, and is no knock to the old regime, but to be able to play free, I think that's one of the biggest parts. Giving these guys, and I ain't going to say simple assignments because I don't actually know the strategy that they're being given, but when you see them, the way they respond and are proactive in getting to the ball, there's not a lot of reading and reacting. It's a lot of forcing the issue and going to go get it. So I like that for these guys, especially the guys he's put together. Like that seems to be their mentality. Attack. I always want to do that. Like I forgot what.
You always want to do that? Just stand at practice and do that, or just sit here and do it? Oh, with like a sword?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to lead the charge?
There you go. That's what I feel like.
Okay.
That's
like in Gladiator 2.
I do it.
Which is coming out.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Denzel Washington's in it.
I didn't get him in it.
He's like an OG.
He's
like an OG mentor type person. That's what it looked like on the trailer for me.
I got to go check out the trailer.
I could be wrong, though.
I got to go check the trailer out. Could be right, too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while.
I mean, hey, it's good to have one so it can shine on it. Hey, there you go.
I still don't know when that was.
Where that saying came from?
Yeah.
What was the dog doing?
We talk about this every time I play it.
Yeah, but I'll forget about it. I move on. See that, Zeph?
We were talking about Tavondre Sweat, what kind of bear he was.
Oh.
And you said
Kodiak.
Is a Kodiak bear bigger than a grizzly bear?
And I answered my own question by saying yes.
And Slay looked it up and then was born.
Mm-hmm.
So Coach Mack's always looking for, like, when he's talking about defensive linemen like that, he's always like, give me a bear on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you're in the wild and you see a bear on 2 feet,
you're in trouble.
I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, you can't. You on yours. You might as well get off your 2
You
feet.
can't attack him and like hit his midsection.
You might as well go on all fours. Confuse him.
You think he'd be confused?
Yeah, like, oh, well, he's acting like a bear.
Huh. Let me go find a
like
human.
Yeah. Find somebody walking around like me.
I'll check you later, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You're bothering people.
Check you later. Such a dork. Here's a stat from @NagelNFL.
What you got?
You're going to love this. Okay, this has to do with the Titans opener in Chicago against the Bears with the first overall quarterback taken, Caleb Williams, who happened to be the first overall pick.
Right.
But this stat deals with first quarterback taken, okay? So @NagelNFL, prior to the Titans-Bears number 1. Okay, quarterbacks, Titans-Bears game. Number 1 quarterbacks have not won their first career start in 21 consecutive seasons.
Okay.
How about that?
I love that stat.
I always find stats.
Yeah, I love that stat. Going on the road? Well, how many of those 21s are on the road?
Well, he's at home.
Yeah, Caleb is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I was meaning that's my bad.
Oh, you meant from the defensive standpoint?
Yeah.
From the other team standpoint?
Yeah.
I don't know, but 21's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
There's enough in 21, I would think, to have road games.
Well, I know one thing. They might as well lose us, and ain't no need to change it now. Keep it all the same.
You saying go deuces?
Yeah.
22.
What's we here for?
Some Olympic notes for you. You ready for this?
Spank them up. Let's do it.
So there was a guy named he's still with us. As far as I know, unless he died on the plane crash going on. Carlos Yulo from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Won a gold medal on the floor exercise in gymnastics. He is the first athlete from the Philippines to ever win a gold medal. He then also won on a vault. But do you know what he won?
What?
So the Philippines government made an offer that you can't refuse before the Olympics to the Philippine athletes, like, if you win a gold, you get this. So this is what he gets for winning a gold medal.
What?
First ever athlete from Philippines.
Yeah, along with the statue.
More than $200,000.
Okay.
A house. A 2-bedroom condo. I don't know what that's for.
House and a condo. All right, I got you. They know a lot of popularity coming with this. All right, cool. Go ahead.
Lifetime supply of ramen.
Can't never have enough.
Right?
I'm going to be real. Can't never have enough.
Were you down with ramen in college?
What? Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what he
I called them ramen. We've had this conversation before, yeah.
I wonder what he
ramen,
going chicken or beef flavor, though. Because you got to have a little season packs in there.
Did you combine them?
I never combined them. Because then you wasting one bag of noodles.
Yeah, but you need 2 of them anyway, don't you?
No, I never ate 2.
Here's what else he gets. He gets one more thing for the rest of his life.
Okay,
He
what?
gets free colonoscopies for the rest of his life. I have no idea what that has to do with gymnastics or the Olympics
And how
or
old
anything.
is he?
He's young, dude. I mean, it's not like he's 42 out there doing the floor
he's supposed
exercise.
to be up for it now, right?
No.
But you don't get frequent, so do you need to start now? Is that what they tell him?
I don't know. Or can you dish them out to like family members?
There you go. Till I get to my age, then boom. I'll wait on y'all.
How about that? $200,000, a house, a 2-bedroom condo, lifetime supply of ramen, and colonoscopy.
I want to get you trade something in. I'm going to trade them colonoscopy. What?
Colonoscopies. I messed you up by saying colon.
Yeah.
Colonoscopies.
Yeah, colon, yeah. Okay, so it's all right. Well, hey, you got the house and the condo, so maybe you need something.
The house and the condo in the same city? I don't understand this.
The house got to be way out.
The condo, maybe the condo like overlooks the water or something.
Well, it's close to the facility where he trains.
Maybe. Sarah Hughes, Kelly Chen are incredible at beach. They are in the Elite 8. If you haven't watched them, you should. 100 meters for men, Noah Lyles.
Man.
That was, you want to talk about photo finish,
Photo
dude.
finish.
And then it's weird because you had to really know the rules.
Yeah.
Because like the guy from, was it Jamaica?
Mm-hmm.
Leaned across and like got his head and like shoulders and arms across before Lyles did, but it's where your torso is.
Torso.
How about that?
I heard Will Lee talking about it on Ramon Kelly and Will. It's the torso because everybody has the same torso. Like your arms could be longer, your feet may be bigger, may have a little longer nose. Stick it over there. Stick it over there and finish.
You won by a nose.
Like one by nose.
Yeah.
So that's dope, man.
Yeah, torso. He said he was going to win.
He did.
He was an underdog, too. He wasn't the favorite.
Yeah, his race is the 200 because he put some steam in that last 100.
Right, and hardly anyone has ever swept the 100 and 200.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw that stat the other day.
Usain Bolt did it 3 times.
Carl Lewis.
Once, Jesse Owens once. Somebody else.
I just watched the movie.
There's only like 8 people.
That was incredible.
Only 8 people that ever did it. And this is dating all the way back to the 30s and stuff. So, yeah.
That Jesse Owens story, I forget what the movie was called. I guess you could just, read a book or something. But there is a movie about his story. It's crazy how close he came to not even going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like on so many different levels across his path.
Yep.
And then even right up against it.
Mm-hmm. 11th hour.
Lyles wins and screams when they announced he was the winner. He screamed, "I told you." That's the ultimate "I told you so" moment right there. You win the 100 meters. 9.784, won by 0.005 seconds. Closest 100 meters since 1980.
It's crazy.
First American to win the gold in the 100 meters since Justin Gatlin in 2004 from Tennessee. From Tennessee.
It's the other real juice, y'all. I know y'all know Saros. It's juice.
And then Juice Man. Juice Man, backup right tackle for the Titans.
So Gatlin was before y'all.
World record for the American women 4x400 medal relay. Men's 1,500 free. Bobby Fink, defending gold medalist, broke the 12-year-old world record. And then the medal count. They always keep the medal count in the pool between Tennessee, the United States and Australia. The United States and Australia, and the United States beat Australia and led the world in the pools. They won 8 gold, 28 medals. Scotty Scheffler won the golf gold for the U.S. 7 wins this year. John Rahm had a 4-stroke lead through 11 and then totally fell apart.
I caught the end of that.
I did too. I watched from about there.
Yeah.
Scheffler shot a 62 in the final round. Women's basketball will face Nigeria in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Team USA is tomorrow, right? Tuesday.
Yep.
And then
3 Eastern, 2 Central.
I always play at 2.
I know.
So we get like part of it done.
7-hour difference for us. They're playing 9 o'clock game.
7 hours different.
Late, bro.
Djokovic beat Alcaraz for the gold. They just played at Wimbledon, but Alcaraz, pummeled him there.
Did he?
But Djokovic won in the Olympics. 5th player with the career Grand Slam. Steffi Graf, Andre Agassi. Those two were a thing. Rafael Nadal. Are they still together? Not Agassi and Nadal. I don't think they ever dated. But Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi. I don't know if they're still together.
no.
Venus Williams in 2012. No, Serena. Sorry. Serena Williams, 2012. Novak Djokovic in 2024. There's your Olympic update. Is that good?
You want to hear a crazy stat about the Olympics? About that 100 meter?
You know I love crazy stuff.
You usually tell them from the women's perspective?
No, from the men's.
Oh.
From the men's. The top 3 in this year's 100 meter, so Noah Lyles, Thompson, and Curley would not have been in the top. None of them would have been in the top 3 in 2012 when Usain Bolt ran that ridiculous 9.63. They would have all been outside the top 3. None of them would have medaled. And Usain Bolt beat them by a whole 13th of a second, which is insane to think.
That's a fast guy right there. Very fast guy. You know what was messed up? Sha'Carri Richardson and what was the other girl's name? When they changed the rules overnight and didn't inform them. So
I didn't even hear about that.
So Sha'Carri ended up placing silver in the 100, and she didn't get to warm up. So the track that they usually go to warm up, the gate they've been going in the whole entire time, they got to the gate and security had switched. They changed the rules overnight, didn't inform them that if you have to, only team buses are allowed to come in through that gate. You have to get off the team bus to go through that gate. Now, mind you, they didn't stay. Her and another
what kind of crap?
Another sprinter,
Shelly Ann,
another sprinter. They stayed off site and would get a private car to bring them every time.
Right. So the story about that is the Olympic housing is not air conditioned.
I can believe it.
And so some of the some of the countries brought in air conditioning, but the United States did not. So some of the athletes stayed off site. To your point,
in Europe, they usually don't do ACs like that anyway. So it's kind of like weird to have an AC unit. But
really, why? They don't mind being hot?
No.
They really don't?
No, they open up the windows and hopefully they get a breeze coming through. Open up that back window.
That's miserable.
It's stupid.
Especially trying to sleep. You can't sleep in the heat.
At all. I had to start getting to put in my contract that and washer dryers. They wouldn't give you a dryer. They only had washer. Excuse me. A lot still right now. Only
so you had to hang
machine.
dry, like clothesline type deal.
No matter how much money you got. I don't care if you can be the richest. They ain't got no dryer. You do not have a dryer. It's crazy, man.
First world problem.
Yeah, it is wild. But yeah, so that's one of the cases. But so they changed the rules and then told them they couldn't enter, which made them have to walk all the way around to the other side to get there. By the time they would get there, it's almost time for them to race. So they didn't get to warm up. So Shelly Ann, I think, pulled out of the race, Zeph. She didn't even race, right?
I'm looking.
I don't even think she raced.
And
Sha'Carri placed second, silver for it. So
well. Another weird thing happened this morning. Did you see I forget her name, the gymnast whose score got changed like last second?
Yeah.
Put her into the top 3.
Yep.
And she
made her get the
medaled because of
bronze.
it.
Yeah, she bronze because of it.
She got changed from I think a 13.666 to a 13.766, and it put her into third place and gave her the bronze.
Yep.
The judges had like an inquiry, and they went and they went and rewatched it, I guess, and changed the score afterwards.
Dude.
And gave her a medal.
It's wild stuff going on out there, man.
It's crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Got to come in on the right bus.
Yeah, and if you ain't on the team bus,
you can lose a competition and just stand around long enough, and then you win. Bronze medal.
Just hang on.
Don't leave yet.
Yeah. You might be on the podium.
It's like when you got a putt on the edge and you walk extra slow over there.
Let me see if it's a foul.
Please drop it.
Mm-hmm.
Bronze medal.
Yeah.
We took a look at the replay. Replay in gymnastics.
That's wild.
Wow. We should have scored that differently.
Well, let's look at it.
Why are guys missing time? We've got some info. By the way, people are asking where we got that depth chart. Buck Rising. Where did Buck Rising get that depth chart?
I don't know. He just posted it on his Twitter.
I wonder did Buck make this depth chart up? Is this like the
Buck chart?
The pirate leaving the script in the Oklahoma game?
You think somebody left the depth chart for Buck to get him to report it and then get us to say it?
Yeah, they did.
All right. Listen, if that's wrong, it's all on Buck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you something else that happened to Buck when we come back next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
All right, we all know sometimes it is time to upgrade things in your home. And, maybe everybody's thinking, oh, yeah, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. What about your windows and your doors? I know not the sexiest upgrade, but sometimes you have to do it. And you need to go with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. That's where we were. Had to redo our windows. And so I went through every single company known to man and then decided on Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. And I have loved the experience. You might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella. And they are giving you another deal. 50% off qualifying installations, no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. Give them a call at 615-249-1910. Schedule your free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville and check out that offer. Tell them Dawn sent you. That's PellaNashville.com.
The hottest 3-on-3 tournament is back, baby. The Big Three coming to Nashville. It's the world's greatest basketball tournament of the summer, man, right here at Bridgestone Arena, August 11th for the semifinals. Come on out Sunday, August 11th for the semis and see which teams earn the right to battle for the chip the next week in Boston. Ice Cube, the head of it, will be here, people, and he'll be on our show Friday as well. Some of the biggest stars and most competitive athletes to play the game. You got Hall of Fame coaches involved like Gary Payton, Lisa Leslie, and Dr. J. Julius Irving, man. So I promise you want to be there. Bring the whole crew, bring the family, all your hoop heads for a day packed of dunks, crossovers, fantastic finishes. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets. Feel the energy and the passion of the game up close and personal. All you got to do is go to big3.com/tickets and come enjoy some hooping.
So many people trust Two
You ever
Rivers.
wonder why so many pro athletes go and use stem cell therapy? Because it works. I'm Ron Slade, retired 14-year pro basketball player, and I needed to get this done. After I went through my entire career riddled with injuries, I needed therapy. So I went to Kellum Stem Cell Institute out in Franklin. Why? Because they're the stem cell specialists. They can be yours too. They're the stem cell specialists of the Tennessee Titans. You know why? Because it works.
Make an appointment today with Kellum Stem Cell Institute.
So, you just start rolling through Ice Cube songs, so just stay with rap rest of the day. Slay goes, that was crazy.
Went from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah.
So all the ladies in the place with
So should I wear, like,
the plate.
Yes or no, I should wear my Tupac shirt when we get with Ice Cube?
That's up to you. Mad question asking.
Blunt passing.
Fusing blasting.
I said it, you did.
Yeah, I was just going to let you know.
Think you got the creep with.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to me. What do you think the reaction would be?
He love Pac. He got to love Pac. Who don't love Pac? Especially from the West Coast.
That's right.
You got to.
Oh, and the relationship with Snoop and all that stuff. Is Cube good with all those guys now?
I would think.
Because he had that, I mean, we've had diss tracks flowing lately, but.
Yeah, I think the only person he's not good with is, and it may not even be him being not good with him. It may be the other way around, but they're not good with each other. Him and Mac 10 from West Side Connection.
Okay.
Them only two ain't really rocking like that. Dub C, he's still cool with Dub C, I believe. I got to hit up one of my reps, so I find out.
We were talking about what an incredible, life story Snoop has. You know what I mean? Just everything he's been through and all that he's accomplished and done and now what he's doing and all these things. And Ice Cube's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Similar?
He is.
I mean, just really smart businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then, I mean, Dre made billions, so there's that.
Yeah.
3HL 1045 The Zone. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. I'm telling y'all showed up today, man. Thank you, Zeph.
Oh, wow. One of my reps just hit me and said, I'm not that rep. I got you, Emily. I know you're not the Ice Cube rep.
Speaking of Emily, did you have a good time in Knoxville?
We had a phenomenal time. It was all prepping for tailgate.
What do you mean prepping for tailgate? Getting your body used to tailgate?
Yeah, getting your body used to fried on minimum hours of sleep.
Minimum hours of sleep early in the day fried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I went to sleep at 5 Friday night.
Saturday morning. Got up. We had a bet. Whoever doesn't wake up, the last person to wake up by 10:30. Oh.
Without a beverage in your hand, got to dive in the pool.
And that was Emily?
Yep.
What was weird about that for me is Davenport texting us.
Oh, my rep did just hit me though, so. What you want to know about Cube?
Well, I just, if I show up to Cube and have an artist shirt on, should it be him or should it be somebody else?
No, he ain't tripping over that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What you want to know?
That was kind of what he said. What you need? I can get to him.
So by 10:30, the weirdest part about that whole thing for me, because you were communicating with us during that little soiree, let's call it, as you got ready for football season. Hey, look, we all train in different ways, right?
Right.
But the weirdest part for me is that you had beer in your hand.
Yeah.
I don't typically ever see that.
I don't, Yoral. I do not. That's the only time I do that is when I'm getting ready for tailgating. That's the only time, man. Because I'm not a beer drinker, but you can't drink hard
alcohol.
Hard alcohol, yeah, and try to make it from start tailgating at 8, 9 in the morning for a 3 o'clock game, and then you got to think the game gonna last at least 3 hours. So then after that, by 6:30 or 7, you're gonna continue drinking, partying. Your body just ain't ready for that. If you can't, you gotta listen, man. It's like going out there swimming in that nasty river. You just jump out there, it's over for you. I don't want it to be over for me. So you gotta get your body used to it.
So Buck Rising, I mentioned something happened to Buck.
Yep.
He tweeted this. It's a picture of a dog. He goes, found this little guy on my morning run, coming home with me until we can get something figured out. Any advice on getting him in good hands with a local organization would be appreciated. The cats are pissed.
Yeah.
So now Buck brought a dog home.
I know, but it looked like he found it by a grooming place.
Okay, so this
why did you take it away from the pet and grooming place?
This is how he explained it. It was early in the morning, and they didn't open till like 10:30. And he didn't want that dog. He said he didn't want the dog sitting out in the sun for like 3 hours, just baking in that cage.
Oh, so he's just going to take it back to the dog grooming place?
No, I think he's going to take it to like a shelter.
Oh.
No,
check the dog grooming place
they
first.
took it there for a reason, though, and it had a collar on it.
Yeah, someone just dropped it off, but I think that's
that's probably true.
That was his reasoning, was he didn't want the dog sitting in the cage in the hot sun for like 3 hours before the place even opened.
Somebody brought the dog and dropped it off at the dog place.
Mm-hmm.
So I retweeted and wrote, you stole someone's dog? Hell yeah, the cats are pissed. How many cats does he have now?
That's no telling.
2? 3?
Does Bert count or no?
Bert's a cat.
Bert's a dog.
Yeah, he's definitely a dog. That's what we need, more dogs.
But
that was fast.
What was fast? The show?
The show, yeah. Like, golly.
Did Babs make her plane? I don't know. She's texting us.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, she did, because she was complaining about somebody on it.
Yeah, she sure did.
There was some activity going on. He couldn't get all the snot out of his nose. He just kept sniffing. Or not kept. It's not over. I think it's an ongoing process. Oh, giveaway. You got a giveaway.
Here it is, going real fast. Here it is. Big 3, the world's greatest basketball tournament, is coming hot to Nashville's Bridgestone Arena August 11th. That's Sunday for the semifinals. And we got tickets for you to join Ice Cube and the legendary Big 3 commissioner, Clyde the Glide Drexler, at Bridgestone Arena. This Sunday, you will sit with them at the game. Be calling number 5 now to win a family 4-pack of tickets. 615-737-1045. Enjoy it.
Is that good?
That's it.
All right. Thanks for including us in your day. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Talking Titans football. Of course, it is game week. Good night. God bless.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be you unless you're Trailenberg, Tajay Spears, or that little dog that Buck just rescued with crazy cats.
Rescued or stole. We haven't determined.
1 or 2.